Now, let me say this. Let me stretch my back. Okay. I'm sitting straight up. You know, tall brother. Sometimes we got them lower back issues. Okay. The loosey goosey. You the loosey goosey. You
All right. That's y'all's principle. Thank y'all so much for tuning on. And let me know if you guys can hear me. I have actually adjusted my audio a bit. I want to check it. Let me know if you can hear me during this live stream. Quick for chats undefeated. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming, FDMG, it's coming, 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 it's coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking, it's twerking.
Yeah. You going to psychologize the chat, huh? Okay. How's it going, Kari Shell? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Is the audio loud enough? Because I'm actually adjusting my audio just a bit because yesterday's show, my audio was a little low. So let me know how it sounds relative to the video. Okay, if it needs to be raised a bit, let me know. If it needs to be lowered. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning on. How's it going, Nisha? Thanks for tuning on in. Frigilante is here as well. And Marley Mars at the building as well. Thank you so much. 100% real, man. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Dinero Jones, thank you so much for tuning on in. Really Doe is in the building. Vegan Sports Bar. I could never forget about the Vegan Sports Bar. Never, ever. And of course, the HVAC saga. Someone said, hi, fam, it's me, Umar Abdullah HVAC. I say Abdullah. Abdullah, that's what Umar says, Abdullah. HVAC Johnson, I don't appreciate all the slack and mudslinging. Please hit the PayPal. Hey, brother Jose, ¿cómo estás? Thank you for tuning on in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, senor. All right, Josh was in the building and TL Smooth. I hope you guys been enjoying these live streams. This was like a record-setting month for different reasons. It's actually my 4th best month on YouTube. Okay, so thank you guys so much, everyone, for tuning on in. Audio's good. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Chocolate Serenity. I appreciate that. It's good. Okay. Now, when I play the videos a little bit later on, how's it going, Lisa? If the videos are a lot louder, let me know and I can raise my volume on my voice. If the videos are lower, then I can lower my voice. That makes sense? All right. Thank you so much. How's it going, Laurie, for tuning on? Thanks so much for tuning on in. And Radiant Shadow. We really don't have much to get into today. I think we're going to do like an hour and a half today. I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow. I have a lot of other stuff I get to. I got to get some sleep too. I haven't been sleeping right. It's been a long time. This whole month, it's been crazy, and my schedule's been crazy too. That's why I have to start a little bit later, a lot later than normal. I want to thank y'all so much for your patience. By the time I got in after traffic, I had to at least give me something to eat. And that's why we started even later than what I anticipated. So thank you all so much for your patience. Kara, thanks for being here. Indigo Goddess is in the building. Pretty Brown Eyes in Denver. Thank you so much for tuning on in. And Identity Withheld. One of the OGs and all this, been around a very long time. Of course, Brian's been around for a long time. The mice throwing has begun. How's it going, T. Jones? Thank you so much for tuning on in. Okay, so and Quanti, I'll give shout outs to as we continue. X Freeman, shout out to X Freeman and Nisha. Southern B Charm and City Tim. What I like to do, Brian, he gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Brian. That's very awesome of you. I'm not sure who received the memberships, but make sure that you thank Brian. Matter of fact, everyone in Cook Rush chat, thank Brian. Okay. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you doing that. Next time, make it 10. I'm fucking with y'all. I'm just playing. I could never get over that when Umar said that to Sister Avanti. That was so wrong and mean. What's up, Christopher? So shout out to Brian for the 5 memberships. Okay, you are undefeated, sir. Okay, so this is what I want to do. There's probably about 3 videos actually. There's 3 videos that I would like to at least get into today. One of them's not that long. One of them's like 20 minutes. The other one's 30 minutes, and then the other one is 13. And we're just going to go in sequence. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be happening in these videos or anything like that, but I just want to stay with the timeline with Umar's most recent. These are the 3 most recent videos. And of course, yesterday's show was nuts. I don't know if you guys if you weren't here, make sure you get to the archive. One of the big things that happened yesterday was this right here.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And after that, Umar sat on his live stream for 14 minutes and didn't say a word. He was whispering a little bit. He was shook. That white lady he's so scary. He was so scared. Good for you. Good for you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community
Yeah.
activist. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was stressed out.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Go to
Yeah,
life.
Black community activist.
How's it going,
Yes,
Maya?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community
All right,
activist.
what's up, man?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Umar, he was so humble. Before that, he was talking all kind of crazy shit about Black people. And then she said that after that, he shut his mouth. He was on for another 14 minutes. He didn't say nothing else. He was whispering for about maybe 10 seconds. After that, he was quiet. She had him shook. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning on in, everyone. Inside the Cook Crush Chat. This has been a wonderful month too. We covered a lot this month. Very, very busy. I didn't only drawback was I didn't have much time to actually work on the next segment of the documentary. Also, tomorrow I'm gonna get started on the next segment. I got to get some sleep too tomorrow. It's just been really, really busy. But the good thing is that we're pretty much caught up on everything with the Umar Johnson content. That at least give me some time to get started on the next segment for the documentary and have that available in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Thank y'all again. Cook Crush Chat's Undefeated. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, she sure did. She sounded real crazy. Good for you. D'Angelo says that's the most sarcastic good for you in America. D'Angelo, let's go ahead and we're gonna play this one more time. Okay, we're not gonna ever play it again. One more time. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, Black community activist. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish I could see the lady. Yeah, she was a little sarcastic, but you notice Umar, he's saying, didn't he say yes, ma'am? See, he was talking all that shit about Black people, but then all of a sudden he got respect. You see that? It's amazing. This goes to show you the type of person that Umar is. He'll bow down, to the white people, to the police. He'll bow down in their presence. He'll bow down to real Black men too, especially if they're in his presence. He'll bow down. But when it comes to talking about Black people, when he's live streaming and stuff, he will disparage Black people, including you donors, you people who send in money. See, Yeah, thanks, D'Angelo, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was wild. That was so hilarious. All right, so let's get into the first video. This video is from February 20th of 2025, and I have no context about what Umar's talking. We're just gonna have a live reaction. We'll do a quick show, about an hour and a half, and we'll be up out of here. Okay, quick test on the video. Here we go. Oh, by the way, there is a poll question too. The poll question, and I mean, this is something that I think everyone should be aware of, including you Umar Johnson followers. I've researched Umar, his life, and the first video that I found of Umar, the earliest video that you can find online of Umar, it's in based on my research, it appears I think in 2000. I want to say, what year? I think it appears online in 2010 or 2011, something like that. But based on my research, it goes back to 2005 or 2006. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is that I've studied Umar his whole life, and in all the videos that I've seen of Umar, I've never once seen him inside of an office, not once. So, you know, he'll claim to be a school psychologist. He's not a school psychologist. He'll claim to be a certified school principal. He's not a certified school principal. He'll claim that he's a principal. He's not a principal. He'll claim that he's a vice principal. I'm saying, like, in modern times, like in 2025, 2024, he was saying these things. He's not a vice principal. He's not a vice principal. He's never even had an office. He's been homeless since 2019. So you remember when Tariq went to go recording for the Hidden Colors? That one, the Hidden Colors one, it came out in 2011. Tariq tells a story about how when he went to go video record Umar, he thought he would have like an office, because he claims to be a school principal, school psychologist, a therapist, a child therapist. I mean, there's so many different things that Umar claims. So you would think that he has an office somewhere. But when Tariq went to go record him, he said it's like a storage unit and stuff all over the place, just like when he flipped the phone. It just, Umar set up a little corner, right? It wasn't even necessarily the corner, but a little area with the wall that had the Frederick Douglass, who was a bunny hopper, lineage behind him, and that's where Umar Johnson is recorded. He didn't have an office. So I want to just make this point. For all of the self-aggrandizing that Umar Johnson does, and all the self-proclaimed professions that he claims to be, the real question is, does Umar even have an office? That's the poll question for today. So far, we have 413 votes. Make sure you get your vote in. Right now, 9% say yes and 91% say no. For you 9%, there's probably all Umar with burner accounts. Please provide me with a receipt. You can email it to me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com during this live stream, or later, if you see this at a later time. If you have a receipt of Umar inside of his office, please provide me with a receipt. Okay. Again, I've studied Umar from when he, of all the videos I've seen going back to 2005. This is the video. This video is from 2004, 2005-ish. At this time, Umar claims to still be in the UNIA. He put in his resignation letter in 2005. Okay, he conceptualized FDMG in 2004. He starts building FDMG based on his own words and my research. He starts building it in 2005. This school scam is now 20 years old. Let me go here into my notes real quick. Umar, here, I'll pull this up. I didn't mean to do this, but I just want to just have this timeline for everyone to see, because it's so huge in this. He's a scam artist. He always misrepresents himself. He claims to be all these things. He also have all these self-proclaimed titles. It's all imagination. None of it's real. Here's the timeline, one of the timelines that I'm working with Umar. If you look here in and around 2005, this is when he conceptualizes FDMG. He starts working on FDMG. He has an Umar Johnson Boy Scout program, and he leaves Islam, and he leaves the UNIA in 2005. So this video that I'm about to play, I'll just play just a little bit of it. Umar claims to still be part of the UNIA, but he still claims to be a part of UNIA to this day, but he's not officially. That's a whole nother topic, and I can prove that because the President General issued a letter out to all of the members and he's the head of the UNIA, and told them not to mess with Umar, that he doesn't want Umar at any events. He doesn't want Umar speaking anywhere. There's a long history of Umar even trying to scam the UNIA going all the way back to 2004. He puts in his resignation in 2005. They were going to kick him out anyway. But the point is that this is the video that I'm about to play. It's around this time. And if you guys look carefully, you'll see how Umar is dressed more professional, but that's because during this time period, he's still working as a school psychologist in the Philadelphia School District at the age of 32. And then by the time of by 2007, he starts doing private work for charter schools because he was listen, I'm just be real about it, he was fucking up inside the Philadelphia school district. That's why he can't get a job there. He was fucking up there. So he ends up going into private quote unquote practice, as he calls it. He's never had a license to do that. And he starts working in charter schools, and he was misrepresenting himself in 2007 as a doctor, but he does not get his PsyD, his doctor of psychology, what he calls doctor of psychology, until 2012. He's a scam artist. All right. So in 2007, he starts working and he does private work in the charter school system. And so this is during this time period with this video I'm about to play for you guys. It's around this time period. And you can see Umar, how he's dressed, his mannerisms. He's not repeating shit. He doesn't look all disheveled because at least at this time, he still had a job. You see, by the time we get to 2010, shit really starts getting crazy. OK. And again, I should mention that in 2002, Umar was put on child support by his first baby mama at the age of 28. And then in 2015, he was put on child support by his second baby mama at the age of 41. And she was in her early 20s when she filed for child support. And then again, in 2017, he was put on child support by his third baby mama at the age of 43. He has at least 3 baby mamas, but he only claims 2. But the reason why, he doesn't want people to know about how he was messing with this younger lady when he was 40 and she was in her early 20s. Okay, that being said, let's be clear about this in the timeline. In this video, based on my research, even though it appears online much later on YouTube, in my opinion, based on my research, it was recorded in and around 2004, 2005, when Umar still was working. And he had a job. And so let's look at this because I want to prove a point here about Umar. I've never seen him inside of an office. Okay, check this out.
Abdullah Johnson, and I'm a member of the organization founded by the Right Excellent Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. I belong to the Philadelphia division. By trade, I'm a school psychologist. And in the city of Philadelphia, I'm the youngest of only 4 black male school psychologists, although Philadelphia is the 5th largest school district in the city. In America, I'm sorry. I actually happen to be a relative of that man hanging on the wall, Frederick Douglass, whose real name was Frederick Bailey, but he changed it to Douglass when he escaped to slavery, which is my family's name. He's actually a blood cousin. But I just want to give you some information that I hope can help you as you help children and families and parents in your communities and in your neighborhoods. School psychology, exactly what is that? The reason you probably don't know is because it was never intended for you to know. School psychologists are the psychologists who are responsible for evaluating children and determining whether or not they have educational disabilities. Any child who's ever been diagnosed as retarded, learning disabled, emotionally disturbed, all.
Look at the terminology. I mean, he still uses that term retarded, and more recently, he still uses that terminology.
Autistic, as having a traumatic brain injury, or, in a positive note, those who are ever diagnosed as mentally gifted only get that diagnosis from one of us, a school psychologist. Why is this such a problem with black children, and why are so many black children over-identified and misrepresented in special education classes? It's because only 1% of all school psychologists in America are black. 99% of them are white. As with your teachers, only 7% are African American, but only 1% of your school psychologists. Now, right from the back, I want to deal with the drugs, because I think a lot of parents still don't understand exactly what Ritalin is and what Adderall is and what Prozac is and what.
Yeah, you see the difference in his demeanor. He's not yelling and screaming. He's not ranting. He's not repeating shit over and over again. But the point I want to make here is that if we look at the timeline with Umar, based upon my research, this is the earliest video of Umar being recorded that I've been able to find online, in and around 2004, 2005. Okay, the next time that we really start to see Umar Johnson videos start to proliferate online, and really not even proliferate, but you start to see them start to at least be consistent, is in 2010. Okay, I'll pull up something, an example of that. I've played this. Well, I'll pull this one up right here. Here we go.
Also know that the FBI was created on who? The Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. J. Edgar Hoover's first full-time job with the FBI was to do what? Bring down greatest leader of the 19th century.
Yeah, you see the difference in demeanor? Okay, the other videos was about 6 years earlier.
The Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
See, around this time, Umar's not working as a school psychologist anymore. Well, no, he's still working based on my research. He's still working, but he also starts in the Black conscious space at this time. And then there comes a moment in and around 2010 where this video appears, where it was recorded, where Umar, he makes a decision to give up his so-called career as a school psychologist, and then he goes and he starts to speak. And you guys will find he gets his first eviction that I've been able to find on record that same year. Part of the reason why was because Umar, in terms of being able to financially support himself, he was already struggling while he was a school psychologist, but then he struggles after because he's not having consistent income, and then he starts to get into the Black conscious space. He's trying to sell books, he's trying to lecture and that kind of thing. Okay, and then stuff really goes off the rails.
So COINTELPRO is still here. It's in the form of the disruptive behavior disorders, engineered by the government, the FBI, and who's the third factor? The drug companies. One thing you got to understand about psychology, it's no longer a true science. Psychology has become psychoeconomics. The makers of Ritalin and Strattera and Prozac and Cycler, and the list goes on, the makers of these major black psychotropic drugs are the #1 financiers of the American Psychological Medical School at Pennsylvania and daily activities. Who in here does this not describe once in a while? Do you see what I'm talking about? I want you to understand why so many of our boys are being diagnosed with this made-up disorder that they don't even have. Because the criteria are so general that any human being on any day of the week can get the diagnosis.
Okay, so this is 2010. Umar doesn't blow up yet. Okay, and I'm just going to put this out here because I go back to when the first videos you find online of Umar, no office anywhere. In fact, I have Umar on record talking about how when he was a school psychologist, he would load up all of his equipment into a truck and take it to wherever he was going to be doing dealing with the children. Which means it's possible that he never had his own office, even though he said things like, you know, I'm a therapist and I do private practice. Well, you have to have a place to do that private practice. Where are you going to do that? See, so it's all very iffy. If Umar's all these things, where is his office? See, I've never seen him inside of an office. Never. Out of all the years of research. The Don Samuel sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much, the Don Samuel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, yeah, real quick. And thanks, the Don. Seth said Umar's coon chip was immediately activated. Yeah, I remember Umar used to talk about the coon chip. That was so ridiculous. But as soon as that white woman talked to him, you see how he had respect and he humbled himself and he wasn't talking like he was talking before. It goes to show you. Okay, Umar, he ain't about it. Thanks, Seth, for the super chat. I appreciate it. User 225, how's it going? Said Frederick Douglass was a slave. This is those. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're taking it too far. Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, he was a bunny hopper though, too. I will say that. Okay, we have to admit that Frederick Douglass is a bunny hopper. Umar gonna name his fake school after a bunny hopper, but it is what it is. Okay, all right. Thanks, user, for the super chat. Also, how's it going, Tata? Tata says so. This is before he made Hidden Colors pop. Exactly. See, not very well known. Okay. Let me give you one other example from 2011 because things start to pick up, but by this time, Umar Hidden Colors comes out, right?
And that is spiritual. Yeah. Setting that your child.
Let me just skip through and see if they show the audience. Okay, it's not like it was in 2014, 2015. But Umar, he wants to be people to be led to believe that he was big time before Hidden, because that's not the case at all. I mean, he's doing a panel in this one.
So here's what we call a rebound effect.
Let me see if I can find one more.
Verbal reasoning scores of black children compared to white and Asian is average. But when you talk about the verbal comprehension, are y'all listening to me? That's when we drop. So it's not that black children are less intelligent than other children. They don't understand the verbal concepts that are on the test, which are deliberately chosen to be difficult for black children to perpetuate the stereotype of racial inferiority.
Oh, this was when he was interviewed by Sa Netter in 2011. I have part of this inside the documentary, but that's not really the one that I want to show. The point I want to make is that I have the earliest videos that you can find of Umar. If anyone has anything earlier, please let me know. Based on my research, I've done extensive research into Umar. I've not once ever seen him inside of his own office. Okay, I haven't seen him inside of his own home since 2019 because he's been homeless since 2019. See, in fact, if we go to 2019, we'll see where you remember, you guys, I showed you yesterday where he flipped that phone. That was his own residence. Okay, what you'll find is that towards the end of that year, all of a sudden Umar's not in that space anymore. That's because he got evicted. Remember, he purchased the trap banners for $400,000. After he does it, he ain't have any money left. He should have had what was it, 1.2 million? No, 800,000 left over at that time. But Umar, he was living off that money since 2014. So by the time we get to 2019, he throws whatever money he has. It could have been less than 400,000. He don't have money to pay rent, so he gets evicted. And you can see like how I've been going through all of my videos and archiving them, re-archiving them. With the proper date stamps and so forth. But you'll see if I pull up the folder, you'll see how Umar, he'll be inside of that little corner where he flipped that phone. He has those African artifacts, and all of a sudden he's not. Now you start seeing him in hotel rooms over and over again. And then at a certain point, you start seeing him inside of his mama's closet with that backdrop with the sun. See, he's been homeless since 2019. Again, if Umar was homeless since 2019, how is he going to have an office since 2019? But the truth is that we can go all the way back to 2005, and all the videos I've watched of Umar leading up to today, I've yet to see Umar inside his own office. Okay, that's telling in and of itself. Okay, because he tells the people that he's all these things. He's a school psychologist, he's a principal, vice principal, he's a therapist, and all these things. None of that stuff is true. But see, he lies to people, and he don't even have an office. Okay, all right. Thanks, Tata, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get into these videos, shall we? Real quick, where did the thing? Oh, here it is, right here. Also, Frigilante says Umar is a pimp, panhandling internationally, misappropriating PayPals. Yeah. His orientation towards black people it's like he's a pimp. He always expects his hoes to do all of his work. He always expects the hoes to get out there on that track and send him money. That's really what it comes down to. See, Umar, he's not a professional. He hasn't worked since 2010, 2011 ish. I'm giving him a little leeway there. Okay. He's basically a criminal-minded, at this point, he's a criminal-minded homeless man from Philadelphia. And he looks upon black people as if they're hoes, and he's going to pimp out the hoes. So he'll say what he has to say. He'll dress however he wants to dress. Vigilante, that's the other thing you guys notice about Umar. So you don't see him doing the dashiki shit until later. You see the videos I've shown you? We can go by year. I can show you just how he dresses. All that changes. In fact, if we go back to the video from 2004, 2005, let me just share something with y'all, because in my research I realized this guy, he's like a chameleon. He'll do whatever he has to do in order to play the role to misrepresent himself to get money out of people.
Bella Johnson.
If you look at how Umar's dressed here, this is not black conscious. Okay, this is not dashikis. This is not, comedic science or what he calls hotep. It's none of that stuff. Yeah, he's dressed more professionally, but this is in fact a representation of Umar as a Sunni Muslim. Okay, he doesn't have the skull cap on, but I do have pictures of Umar from around this time, in particular when he wrote a paper. I have this in documentary. He wrote an article for his school newspaper, and it's about polygamy coming from the vantage point of Islam. And he has on the skull cap. Okay, he doesn't have it on here, but he still has the remnants of that during this video. That's why he's dressed the way that he's dressed here. Okay, you'll see Umar, he'll morph, and over time he actually begins to change how he dresses. Okay, right. Again, when we see him here,
he said it's something with.
Okay, he's wearing a suit. He's wearing a t-shirt and tie with the pins in the pocket. Okay, like a nerd, because he's trying to present himself as a school psychologist. Okay, was he a school psychologist when he did this video? No. You see? So you don't see the dashikis and all this type of thing, and that comes much later. In fact, I can go into my folder here. We just did 2010, 2011. No dashikis. Kind of sort of a dashiki, I guess, when he was interviewed by Sa Netter, but not really. I'm talking about full blown. I'm looking here in 2000. I guess this is kind of dashiki-ish. Let's take a look. Here we go. This is from 2012.
I regret having.
This isn't a dashiki. Is this in the right folder? This shouldn't be in here. This is from 2022. I put it in the wrong folder. I apologize. Let me go back. This is I have it in the wrong folder, 2012. I'll correct that at a later time. Let me see. Here's a video of Umar in 2012 right here. Oh, hold on 1 second. Yeah, and he's not wearing dashikis consistently even back then. Here we go.
Exist mentally, but they are not simply trying to oppress black people.
See, this is 2012, and I'm looking in the folder. I don't see any dashiki because he's still kind of dressing professionally, but not like he used to with the dress shirt and pins in his pocket, looking kind of nerdish. Let me go to 2013. He's still not dressing in dashikis. Yeah, he's not. Here's an example right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, he didn't come into that whole black conscious thing until a little bit late. Oh, it won't let me do that because the codex is different in this for this browser. I'll pull up this one right here. Yeah, many of you guys, you've seen this one.
Everybody in here's children being missed. You think my psychology always going to work? Hell no. Some brothers are straight third. I don't want to hear that. You got 3 master's degree. You ain't my master. Damn.
Umar is wow. You see the difference though? You see now by this time we're in 2013. You remember I showed the video of Umar in 2005? See, here's another one from 2013.
Doctorate. Okay, you're also the only psychologist who can work in private practice for yourself. And as we know, you don't go to special education unless.
Okay, so this is 2013. Let me look 2014, see if that's when he starts doing the black conscious. See, he's still not black conscious. He try to act like he's built black con. He's the King Kong consciousness and all this other stuff. I'm looking in 2014. You still don't see. You see some dashikis, but it's not a lot. Yeah, in 2014, I see him in this red dashiki right here. No matter what it is, it's kind of a dashiki, not necessarily what we would call Afrocentric or Afrocentric. But anyway, you guys get my point. And I'm looking here again in 2014. That's when Umar does the video where he starts the campaign for the St. Paul's College. He wasn't wearing dashikis at that time.
Afternoon. My name is Dr. Umar Johnson, and I am a school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. In addition to that, I hold degrees in political science and education. I am here at the historic St. Paul's College, this beautiful campus.
Yeah, I would say that by the time we get to the end of 2014, he starts to become more consistent, but he's still not completely consistent wearing dashikis. The point is that Umar, he morphs and he changes into whatever he needs to be in order to get money out of people. And it's a pimp game. That's the point I want to get to, Vigilante. It's really just a pimp game. And one last one. Here's from 2015.
Are you crazy? Let me tell you what America is.
So kind of a dashiki, but still with the jeans and Nikes. Okay. So again, the contrast. Okay. On one hand, he's wearing dashikis, but then he's also wearing jeans. He's wearing Nikes. Umar's not full into so-called black conscious. And I would dare say that he's never been fully into it. It's just another grift for him. Okay, and if you look at the historical record with Umar, again, it's not until in and around 2015 where he starts to actually wear dashikis consistently, but that's because he's trying to present himself as what he would call, I don't know what you want to call that, a Pan Africanist, sort of, kind of. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Thanks again, Vigilante, for the super chat, and thanks Tata as well. And then Chavis says he looks like a woke Target employee with the red dashiki on. Yeah. It's just Umar. He morphs. he's a great deceiver of our time. Like if you guys, I don't know if you guys checked out the Rings of Power, but you'll learn this about Sauron. He'll change how he looks. He'll change how he behaves with certain people to manipulate them. And that's what Umar does, even though he looks like, a target employee, a woke target employee. That's Umar. He's always been like that. It's nothing new. In fact, if you guys go back and look at him when he was in college, undergraduate, he tries to claim this notion that he was black conscious then, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't wearing dashikis or any of that stuff. He was dressing a regular old person. And he was just learning about certain people. I actually have that inside the documentary. He was learning about certain people, and he wasn't active in the quote unquote black conscious space at all. He wants to give the illusion of that. No, that doesn't come to black conscious space where Umar starts looking like a woke target employee. That comes much later, 2014, 2015. And in and around that time, that's when Umar really starts to pick up. You start to see a lot more people inside the items. I mean, this example is from 2015. You can see it right here. Okay, you don't see that you see a little bit of that in 2014, but you don't see that prior to that. But Umar wants to make it seem like Hidden Colors had nothing to do with him blowing up. No, it had everything to do, because he wasn't just in Hidden Colors 1, he was in Hidden Colors 2. See, and so by the time we get to 2015, and it had to do with Hidden Colors, you start to see more and more people turn out to where Umar, they're coming to go listen to Umar. But you guys notice nowadays he doesn't have that type of an audience because he's tricked it all off. See, all right, thanks Tavis for super chat, I appreciate it. And then user 225 says, did Umar Johnson fans clown him for going silent at I don't know. I didn't see the chat room comments, but I'm sure they went in on him. He was so humble. He humbled himself so quickly, just like he did with the police officer. He was like, boss, can I clean? Remember that? I should pull that up. It just goes to show what type of person Umar is. He's really, he tries to be boastful and try to be big and bad, but he's really a coward. At the end of the day, he's a coward. Okay. All right. Thanks, user 225. Let's get into these videos, okay? Because I only want to be here. We got about 850 people here. I want to be here for like maybe another hour and 30 minutes because I got to get reset and get some sleep tomorrow. I got to get started on the next segment of the documentary for members. Also got to because I don't even know if real quick, I don't even know if other people have received this, but I got a notification from Facebook that any live streams that I have on my Facebook, I don't even think I have any, but if any live streams on my Facebook, I have like a month to download them because they're going to be deleted off of their servers. Okay, I talked about this yesterday. And if that is the case, if they're doing that all the way across the platform, then I need to go and look at Umar Johnson's original Facebook page and make absolutely sure that I have all of the live streams downloaded. And I think that I do, but I need to do that tomorrow and make sure. It's going to take a lot of time too. I may just take off tomorrow because I got to get it done. If I don't do it, and then I'll be missing a whole bunch of stuff. I may just be off tomorrow and do that during the day. Anyway, I have to do that just in case if all those live videos, if there's any live videos that I don't have downloaded, if they're going to be deleted off the internet, then that'd be an opportunity missed when it comes to the documentary, if that makes sense to everyone. So I may spend tomorrow taking care of that as well. So I don't want to be here too long during this live stream, but we had a wonderful month. Okay, shout out to the Cookie Crush chat. I appreciate y'all. Okay, let's do this. Let's get to the first video here, and this is from February 20th, which is 6 days ago, 2025. Here we go.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism.
Okay, Umar's not in the office, right? He's inside of a hotel motel room.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade. Cincinnati Africans, I'm in the building. Cincinnati Africans, I'm in the building. Cincinnati Africans, I am in the building. I want to give.
Okay, notice how he's dressed too. He will wear Philadelphia Eagles and attire, but he'll tell black people that you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, this is Umar. Okay, he's all this other stuff, the dashikis and the black power. That's all talk that he uses as pimp game. Okay, he's a black conscious pimp.
Shout out to my Cincinnati elders, my Cincinnati youth, my Cincinnati activists, my Cincinnati Pan-Africanists,
this month,
my Cincinnati kings, my Cincinnati queens. Now at 11 o'clock today, I will be on the radio, on the buzz, 12:30 a.m. King Kong Consciousness will be on the radio today. The Buzz, 12:30 a.m. at 11 a.m. Excuse me, 12:30 p.m. at 11 a.m. I will be on the Buzz.
Yeah, he really
12:30 p.m. at 11 a.m. But I want to talk to
what's up, Ike?
My black parents real quick.
Yeah, if y'all can hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying the show, I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
My black parents real quick.
The youth.
And the reason I want to talk to my black parents real quick. Melanin drip. Melanin drip.
That's the narcissism.
Melanin drip. But the reason I want to talk to my black parents real quick is
you know, this looks like the same hotel room that he was in, because that was in Ohio, right? Yeah. But anyway, my mind is crazy.
Some of y'all keep on making these special ed mistakes, and I'm getting tired of it. Some of you keep on making these special education mistakes, and I'm getting tired of it. Some of you keep on making these special ed mistakes, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it.
So what?
So,
who are you?
Let me go over a couple quick points for my black parents. Now, if you don't think I have nothing to teach you with my 25 years of being a school psychologist, if you don't think I...
See how this guy lies? Let's go to the timeline. Here we go. Umar is saying that he has 25 years of being a school psychologist. Cookie Crush Chat, how old is Umar? Okay, he's saying that 25 years of being a school psychologist. Okay, I'm gonna prove my point. He's the great deceiver of our time. But see, if people don't research the guy and you haven't done the research and you don't know the timeline, you'll hear that and say, oh, this guy, you know, he's an expert. 25 years? Umar's 50 years old. Shout out to temporary ex-freedman of the Spike Spiegel, Southern Nappiness, and MKB. So if Umar's 50 and he says that he's worked as a school psychologist since he's 20, for 25 years, how old would he have been when he started working as a school psychologist? Well, you take 50 and you subtract 25, and that means 20. He was 25. Okay, 50 minus 25 is 25. Make sense? Now watch. Yeah, he is. He really is. He's a chronic liar. He sure is. Right? He has a real beef against special ed, like he's having mean short bus driver flashback. Yeah, I know. See, especially the older videos. You guys should hear. See, Umar, he's concocted this, not to get sidetracked, but he concocts this whole conspiracy theory that special ed is being used to reinstitute segregation. It sounds weird, doesn't it? But I have the videos because that's why he explains it the way that he explains it. He has this whole massive conspiracy theory, and he talks so poorly about special education. There's children who need special service and need special education. But in his mind, it's the gateway to the prison industrial complex. But then on the other hand, it's also a way of putting black children in classes so that they're segregated from white children, as if there aren't white children in special ed. There's more white children in special ed than black children. See, this is another reason why Umar, when I said he tricked off his career, this is the type of shit he was talking about and just going off the rails. And that's by the time he gets to 2006, the Philadelphia School District didn't want to deal with his ass anymore. Then he goes and he starts conducting private work in charter schools. Okay, now watch this. Umar, he says he has 25 years of experience as a school psychologist, as if he's currently working. See what I mean, how he's a liar? Okay. And if he has 25 years and he's 50, that means that at the age of 25, he starts working as a school psychologist, right? Hit the one. Well, let's go to the timeline, shall we? That's why you Umar Johnson followers, the cult ones in particular, because some of y'all got some sense, some of you followers got some, but you cult ones, that's why y'all can't fuck with me. What was Umar doing at the age of 25? Well, Umar in 2000, he graduates from Millersville University with a master's in school psychology. He starts working in the school district at the age of 27. He starts his internship at the age of 26, not 25. Okay. Now, someone will say, okay, he's just a year off. Maybe he started instead of, he should have just said, he started 24 years ago. Okay, we'll give him that leeway. Now watch this. Umar is saying that he's been working for 25 years. So that means from 2000 to 2025, he's been working as a school psychologist. He actually starts working as a school psychologist officially in 2001. In fact, it was on September 11th of 2001. I can pull this shit up and play it for you all. So Umar starts in 2001, but if you look carefully, he has a work history in the school district of Philadelphia from 2001 to 2006. And then he starts doing, quote unquote, based on his words, private work for charter schools in 2007. He does that. He works as a school psychologist in 2008 in charter schools. But then by 2010, he starts in the lecture circuit and he stops working as a school psychologist. His history as a school psychologist starts in 2001 and ends in 2008. But we're going to give him some leeway here, because I can pull it up where Umar states in 2010 that he's going to stop working as a school principal and a school psychologist. In 2010. Anybody remember this? It's on his Facebook page. I can pull up the receipts right now and show it to you. Hit the one on that. I'm going to give Umar some leeway here. Instead of saying from 2001 to 2008, we're going to include his internship in 2000, and we're going to include 2009 and 2010 when Umar announces that he's giving up his career as a school psychologist, and that was in 2010. You damn right. 2000 to 2010, at best, being nice to this charlatan, this habitual liar, this con man. At best, Umar worked as a school psychologist for 10 years, and that's it. And that's giving him leeway, because it could be from 2001 to 2008, 2009. It could be 7 years, but we're going to say 10. Umar's talking in 2025 as if his ass is still a school psychologist, and he's 25 years and counting. At best, at most, 10 years. He's a habitual liar. Par B sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much. I like the gray in the hair. That's just me. I just have to say that whenever I can. Thank you. Thank you for the super. I think it's a super sticker. It just doesn't show up on this end, but I appreciate it. As a matter of fact, let me just look at something real quick. Hold on one second, y'all. Because they upgraded this platform where you can actually put in images through, let's see, 2000, 2010. No, it's not in that folder. Yeah. Let me just do this. This may take a moment, but I think it's worth it. Let me make these. Okay, this is as large as it's going to get. Give me 1 second, everyone. Oh wait, no, I'm 2000. No, I'm in the wrong. Okay, it's 2010. That's what it is. I'm looking at the wrong folder. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let me do this. Let me just show you guys what I mean. So this is the first one. It's the second one. No, I don't have it. I don't have it in this folder. Okay, I'll have to find it and represent it to you all. But let me just at least show. Let me at least share this with you. This was from March of 2010. As Umar Abdullah Johnson, March 3rd, 2010, he says, I was looking for young black males, high school 14 to 17-year-olds, to work at the FDMG aftercare and summer camp for black boys this spring, summer. See, he was running FDMG related scams. He was collecting money for this too. He's not going to tell you guys that, but he was collecting money for this stuff going all the way back to 2010 under FDMG, the banner of FDMG. See, I'm also looking for black males interested in teaching at FDMG School for Black Boys. Must have a bachelor's degree, squeaky clean child abuse clearance with no felonies on the state FBI clearance, criminal clearance, email, resume, and clearances to Umar. Again, he's been collecting resumes since at least 2010. But there's something else I want to share with you all, and let me pull up another document and see if I have it on here, because it'll make it a whole lot easier. Umar Johnson, Tom, I know. FDMG Nations, no. What is this under? Oh, okay, I know what it's under. This is one of the old documents. Give me 1 second. Okay, and I'm going to look for Facebook. Let's see here. This may take a moment. Moore's Facebook post from 2000. This may be it, but I don't think it is. Let's go. Let's take a look. 1 second. This might be the post that I've shown many times before. Let me get this off of here. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what? Yeah. Damn. All right. I'm going to have to get on something as soon as this live stream is over with. Okay, I just showed this one, though. Let me see if this one comes up. It may not. Yep. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show it. I have it, though. I have screenshots of it. I would have to go and find it. I've shown them before, but for whatever reason, we can't get to that page right now. And I think that page got shut down. Matter of fact, I need to find that out real quick. Okay, let's get back to this video. The point is that Umar, even though he claims that he's worked for 25 years as a school psychologist, at most he worked from 2000 to in around 2010, which would be 10 years. But I will say from 2001 to 2010, and somewhere around there. So I'm going to say really 8 years. Okay, maybe 9 years. But you notice what Umar says here. You guys remember what he said, what he stated?
Anything to teach you in my 25 years of being a school. If you don't think I have anything to teach you in my 25 years of being a school psychologist.
See this? He's such a liar.
If you don't think I have anything to teach you in my 25 years of being a certified school psychologist, hop off the live right now.
Okay, hit the 1 on this. I just want to make sure that everyone gets this. This guy is such a liar. Okay, he hasn't worked as a school psychologist since 2010, maybe 2011, and that's giving a lot of leeway. But he gets on here and notice how he repeats it too, because in his own mind he knows it's a lie, but he repeats it so that people will believe it. It's more convincing, therefore. See, this is what you call a master manipulator. He's the great deceiver of our time. And he gets up on here and he lies about what he is, what he does, and he's talking as if he's currently a school psychologist. He's not. Okay, he's a charlatan. He's a scam artist.
If you don't think I have nothing to teach you with my 25 years of being a school psychologist, if you don't think I have anything to teach you in my 25 years of being a school psychologist.
Yeah, he's not certified as a school psychologist. He's not certified as a school principal. He's not certified as a vice principal. He's not certified as a, what is he called? A national school psychologist, which he had a certification for before. But he's not certified for anything right now. And he's never had a license to practice independently. See? Even though he stated that in 2007 he started to do private work. He doesn't have a license to do private work. Okay, he's always has to be up under someone, and that's one of the reasons why Umar he couldn't hang in that profession, because his narcissism. He wants to be Big Papa. He wants to be in charge of everything. This guy at best, at most, worked for 10 years as a school psychologist. Okay. But I would argue that it's closer to 8 years. Okay. But he gets on here and he says it's 25 as if he's currently a school psychologist. He's not. He's not working. You can't find an employment record for Umar. See? You can't find it unless you go all the way back to 2010-ish. You can't find it. He's a liar. I don't know what else I got to do to prove to the. And see, this is the thing. If someone lies to you once, you might be like, okay. But if they lie to you twice, you should be like, wait a minute. But if they lie to you 3 times, you should be like, this motherfucker is a liar. Why am I going to believe anything they have to say? Umar's a habitual liar. He lies so much. He lies about being related to Frederick Douglass. He even lies about how many baby mamas he has. He says he only have 2. He has at least 3. At least, bare minimum. I'll propose he has more, but on paperwork, I know for a fact this clown has at least 3 baby mamas. He lies about so much. He lies about how much money he collects for these trap banners in Wilmington, Delaware, this FDMG project scam. He said he had $1 million in 2000 at the end of 2016. Now in 2025, he says, oh, we haven't even raised $1 million. No, this guy, he's raised at bare minimum $2 million. My best estimate is 2.6, 2.7, but he's still telling his followers that he ain't even raised $1 million, which is crazy because when he was on the Mike Nice show, he said that they had $700,000. You can go from that year, you look at his tax filings for FDMG with the IRS, and you add it up each year to current, it's already over $1 million. He's such a liar. This guy, he lies so much. And no, he's not certified. He's not a certified school psychologist. And he knows that. He knows that. But he wants to make believe that he's still today in 2025 a school psychologist. Okay, that's what scammers do. Hanging on to days of glory. Yeah. What I do in my notes, I put in there the past, not the present, because he does this shit a lot. He'll say, I'm a school psychologist, I'm a school principal. And I put in there, that's the past, not the present. I have it all outlined inside of my notes, going back to old videos where he's claiming to be all these things. See, his employment history is very limited. And then he's saying it's 25 years. No, it's not 25 years. Okay, he's hanging on to past glory when he worked as a school psychologist, and he tricked that whole career off way back. And thanks so much, Fairchild Republic. I appreciate it. Super chat. Kale says CashApp Block Inc. is being sued for illegal transactions. Now CashApp is purging suspect accounts for illegal activities. I'm not surprised by that. Not at all. Because I was saying, Kales, how CashApp and any platform, a money transfer platform, they have to make sure they protect their business. And if they have people who are scamming and are committing fraud, they have to do whatever they have to do in order to keep their business in good standing. They have rules and regulations that they have to abide to too. You see, they just can't just open up and have this money transferring service on an app and not be held accountable for what they're doing, because money laundering can take place, drug money could be transferred here, washing money like that, so forth and so on. So they have strict guidelines in place. And if they're getting sued for illegal transactions, okay, well, they have to tighten things up because litigation is expensive. So they have to protect not only their bottom line, but they have to protect the brand. So Umar, who's been scamming on CashApp since 2018, that's a long time. They finally shut his ass down after about 7 or 8 years. See, I'm not surprised by that. Not surprised by that at all. But Umar wants to make it a conspiracy, like the Cook Crush chat or the haters or whatever, that we doing something. No, ain't nobody doing nothing. He's a scam artist, just like they shut him down from GoFundMe. The same thing. That had nothing to do with anything but Umar being a scam artist and a fraudster, and people were complaining about it and asking for refunds, and they started issuing refunds, and they ended up shutting down his account. See, if Umar was in good standing, he could have just opened up another one. He hasn't done that since that time. Why not? Because he wasn't in good standing. See, this is a critical thing. It's just the logic right there. He wasn't in good standing. They shut him down because of fraud. Otherwise, he could have set one up again. Just like with PayPal, they shut him down a couple of times. He just set up another PayPal account at a certain point. He changed the name, just like with the first EIN number. That's the scammer part of Umar. See, I'm sure that he's tried to set up another Cash App. See? Sometimes he can get away with it. Sometimes he won't if they realize what's going on. And maybe they'll realize it later on. They say, oh, no, that's the same guy. Okay, we got to get him up off of here. See? So I'm not surprised by that at all. And good. PayPal, they've done it in the past with Umar. They should do it again. See? The P.O. box, that's federal. The P.O. boxes that he used to collect all this money since 2014 for the St. Paul school scam, that shit should be shut down too. He had one in Philadelphia. Y'all, Kels, you remember this? Y'all, you remember this? He had one in Philadelphia. He had a P.O. box in Philadelphia. That's what he was promoting initially. But see, at a certain point, once the state of Pennsylvania, they put out a cease and desist on his ass and said, you can't collect donations anymore in this state for this FDMG school scam. They didn't, that's not the exact word, but that's really what that shit was. He tried to make it seem like it's something else. What does Umar do? Well, he stops using that P.O. box, and then he starts promoting more and more the one up there in Wilmington. Now, if the one in Wilmington, Delaware did the same thing, if they issued, if that state issued a cease and desist, Umar would set up another P.O. box someplace else where he can get to. And he'll promote that. See? That ain't got nothing to do with anybody except Umar being a fraudster. And these companies, these organizations, these institutions, they have to protect not only their bottom line with litigation, but they also have to protect their brand. And that's what CashApp is doing. And good. Okay. Thanks, Kales. Frigilante says, I just realized Umar didn't cut his hair because it distracted from his hairline. What in the LeBron is going on his head? Umar, he claims to be a barber. And all the things he claims that he is. Okay, school psychologist, most requested scholar. Also, he's a barber. See, what happens with Umar is when he used to have that money coming in, he used to take better care of himself. But then he had too much money coming in, so he started to destroy himself. He got, all right, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think he had that problem long before he came onto the scene. I think he had that problem, and I have some images of him from way back there. I said, boy, he looked smoked out back then. It's real talk. Okay. The point is that these days he don't take care of himself like he used to. You know, it's more difficult. He ain't got the money. He ain't got the money like he used to have it. See? So if you look at Umar from back in the day, you look how he used to dress in suits and ties. He'd have his fade, you know, nice haircut, a 3-piece suit. Okay, that's him coming out of that phase of being the school psychologist. But now he's getting to trying to make inroads into the Black conscious space, which didn't take place until after Hidden Colors 1, really after Hidden Colors 2, where he really started to blow up. See? But what you find is once he that money start coming in for the St. Paul school scam over time, he just starts to slowly but surely deteriorate. He don't take care of himself like he used to. And his hairline has become suspect. He be cutting his own hair too. Okay, you can tell when he cuts his own hair or when he goes to a barber. When his edge up be looking worse than mine. All right, thanks, Vigilante, for super chat. Okay, let's get going here. Yeah. Damn, I'm seeing he cut his hair on this one. Damn, Frigilante, I didn't realize it. I mean, I know I'm not the one to talk, but his hairline is really suspect, family. It's very suspect. It's looking very sassy. I don't mean to be clowning him like that, but I'm just saying you brought it up, okay? You brought it up, sir. I didn't bring it up, but now that you mentioned it, boy, that left side is going up high. All right. Poor Umar. All right. Thanks, Vigilante. Okay. Goddamn says, I think when Umar saw Wakanda in Black Panther, it made him delude. No, I agree. Yeah, it's a very good point, and I totally agree with this because I remember he was doing movie reviews. Anybody remember hit the one? He was doing movie reviews back in the day, and he did a Black Panther, at least one. I think he did two movie review. And his imagination is like a child because he started calling himself Real Monger. Y'all remember that? Hit the one. Yeah, Umar started calling himself Real Monger instead of Killmonger. God, such a goofy. And then he did this one video where he was explaining how there were parts in the script where they were using his talking points or some shit like that. I said, man, this guy is so delusional, but he's out there like that. I mean, he's delusional. So when that Wakanda came out, you know, it went to Umar's head, you know, because it's Black. It was big time. You know, it's in Africa. You see, Africa. I'm sorry, I should do that. I should do that. I apologize. It's Africa, you know. And Umar wants to be part of all that. You know, he's just a bum from Philly. That's really all it is. And it's not okay, but just, you know, he doesn't want to come to grips with that. So he likes to live in this delusional state where he's saying he's a school psychologist for 25 years, as if he's currently a school psychologist, when obviously he's not. How are you a school psychologist and you living in hotel rooms and shit, and you traveling all over the world? What school are you, Umar, what school are you a school psychologist at right now? Your crazy ass and how you be acting online and talking crazy, who gonna hire your ass anyway? But I agree with this. That's a good point. Thanks for the super chat. Gamer Guy said the stream from yesterday proved that Umar isn't genuine about helping black boys. If he really cared, he would have never criticized the people he helped for free. It's all about the money. Yeah. It's not business. See, helping boys, if you're going to be building a quote unquote institution, it has to be about what? Handling business, step by step by step. That's not what we see with Umar. See, it's not business, it's personal. So the money that comes in, it's personal. And yesterday, yeah, it does. It proves that he has no interest in helping black boys. It's all about the money at the end of the day. See, and if you guys remember the Lord Jamar interview, Umar made a statement in that video, in that live stream. He said, I don't care about the people, I care about the donors. Really what he's saying is, I don't care about black people or black boys. I care about the money. See? That's the thing. I mean, time always tells the truth, and it has told the truth on Umar. I mean, yesterday's live stream was an excellent example of that. How are you going to criticize the same people who they've given Umar at bare minimum $2 million at this point, which is more than enough to get something started after since he started acquiring when he wanted to acquire St. Paul's College. This was 2014. That's more than enough to get something started. $2 million at bare minimum, $2 million. Okay, it's more than that. But we're gonna, again, I'd be giving this guy an alley-oop, just 2.6, 2.7. It could be more than that. It could be easily 3. That's more than enough to get something started. Okay, why hasn't he done it? Because he don't care about these children or these black boys or black girls for that matter. What he cares about is the money. See? And yesterday's live stream proved it. Umar's behavior over the years proves it. How he criticizes his donors and disrespects his donors and demeans his donors. It proves it, because it goes to show you that it's not about business. You're not going to insult people unless it's personal, right? If it's business, there's no need. Either the money is doing what the money's supposed to do, or the money's not doing what the money's supposed to do. And if it's not doing what it, then you make some changes as a business. Okay, but if it's personal, when the money's not doing what it's supposed to do, you make it personal. You start insulting people and shit. See, that's not business. That's not professional. But Umar's not a businessman. He's not a professional either. Okay, he's a con man. See, and con man, it's about emotionalism and it's personal, because they want to get that confidence. They can't get the confidence to become that con man unless they make it personal, not business. Okay, some will use business as a way to lure you in, but at the end of the day, they still have to gain your confidence. Well, that's personal. See, that's how con men work. Good point right here, Gamer Guy. Thanks for the super chat too. I appreciate it. It's all about the money with Umar. Okay. Again, he hasn't worked a job since 2010. He hasn't been a school psychologist since 2010-ish. Okay. He's been living off of this money. But he claims in 2025 to still be a school psychologist, and that he's been a school psychologist for 25 years. He's a liar. He's a habitual liar. Okay. But the reason why is because by saying that I've been doing this work for 25 years and I'm still a school psychologist, he can use it as leverage against black people to what? Get more money out of them. Again, it's all about the money. All right. Thank you, Gamer Guy, for the super chat. Appreciate it. How's it going? MHB Television says renovations are almost done. Umar has to meet with the pencil sharpening contractors, and then we'll have a certificate of occupancy once the occupancy contract. The occupancy contractors can drop off the certificate. Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, but that's how Umar, he talks like that. He said he needed door contractors and roof contractors and, you know, black farm contractors and black pig. I mean, this goes on and on. See, a lot of what he does is just regurgitated stuff. He just recycles it. He just changes the names of stuff. You know, But at the end of the day, he said that renovations were done in 2023. But now he's still talking about renovation to this day. But isn't that the pattern with Umar? He's a liar. Like he said earlier, he said that he's been basically saying he's a school psychologist for 25 years. We know that that's not true. I can pull up the receipt where it shows that Umar, he actually makes an announcement on his Facebook page and says, I retired as a school principal that I've been at and blah, blah, blah. It was in 2010. I was trying to find a receipt. I have it. And then he also had one that same year where he was saying, I'm no longer a school psychologist. But if you look at the timeline of what he said, when he claims to have worked as a school principal and a school psychologist, they overlap. You mean to tell me that he was a school psychologist and a school principal at the same time? This guy, he lies so much. See, that's the pattern of behavior. Well, the same thing with the contractors and the black contractors are stealing. These are all fabrications that Umar creates to continue to spin a narrative, in this case, that is sabotage. You see? Well, the same thing with the certificate of occupancy. He already stated what the problem is going to be even before he put in the certificate of occupancy, before he applied for one. He already stated it last year. He said it's going to get denied, and once it gets denied, it's going to be because of what did he say? Discrimination, because he's black, and therefore he's going to have to take them to court, meaning the city of Wilmington. He already said this last year. He ain't even put in the certificate of occupancy yet, but he already has that lined up. You gotta just wait and see. Y'all just wait and see. But that's what he does. He always has something, and then it gets so convoluted. Renovations are almost done. I got to meet with the pencil sharpening contractors next week, family, on Monday. And then we will have a certificate of occupancy once the occupancy contractors can drop off the certificate. And he just, same thing with the HVAC. Y'all remember the HVAC saga? Same thing. Okay. Thanks, MHB Television, for the super chat. I appreciate it. T. Jones gifted 5 membership. Thank you so much, T. Jones. You're so gracious. Thank you so much. Everyone give a shout out to T. Jones for issuing 5 memberships. And in particular, if you receive one from T. Jones, make sure you thank her inside the chat room. Shout out to T. Jones. Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, and I'm sure that the people that you gift those to, they appreciate it too. Okay, very kind of you. All right, appreciate it. And then Fairchild Republic said, Lenon, what was the funding source for FDMG? Was it GoFundMe or a combination of financial sources? A friend of mine was inquiring. Initially, it was P.O. Box. Okay, because Umar tells this story. It'll be inside the documentary. Initially, it was a P.O. Box. He was collecting checks, money orders, and he was also receiving cash. He was also receiving cash, checks, and I don't know about money, but for sure, cash and checks at speaking venues too around that time. Okay, but the primary source for FDMG when he first started, let's say in 2014, when he started raising money for the St. Paul school scam, that was to his P.O. box, and more specifically, the P.O. box that he had, and he only had one at that time, which was in Philadelphia. Okay, now what ends up happening is that as this school scam starts to pick up more traction, people were saying, well, can't we do it through online? And Umar says this inside the video where on the PayPal video, he said, why can't you all go and get you're lazy, can't just get a stamp, because he doesn't want to do the electronic thing. I can pull it up. Again, that's him disrespecting his donors. That was in 2015, I believe. It could be 2014. I think 2015. It might be 2014. So then he starts collecting money on PayPal, but he complains about it because he's telling people that they should just go ahead and go to the post office and get a stamp, because he called them lazy Negroes. That's what he said, if memory serves me correctly. Y'all remember that hit the one. Okay, so by that time he has a P.O. box, checks, money orders, cash, going to the P.O. box. Y'all got all them checks, money orders, cash. Going to the P.O. box, he's also collecting cash and checks at speaking of venues during that time period. Then he goes to PayPal. He's doing all these now simultaneously. All at the same time, he goes to PayPal, and then he sets up the GoFundMe. Okay. So at a certain point, he has P.O. box. He has PayPal. He has GoFundMe. GoFundMe ends up getting shut down. He tries to go to Plum Fund. Plum Fund gets shut down. Then he started to use another online app, money transfer app. I can't remember what it was, but he only used it for a short period of time. And then ultimately he switches to CashApp, and that's been his primary ever since. Now, the only other difference that has taken place is that once the state of Pennsylvania issued a cease and desist for the P.O. box in Philadelphia, Umar stopped promoting that, and then he starts to promote the one in Wilmington, Delaware. He sets up one in Wilmington, Delaware, and he starts to promote that one. See the pattern of behavior though too, because that's what he's doing now. Since CashApp got shut down, now he set up a Google Pay or whatever it's called, Zelle and something else, and he's promoting that heavily. He's also promoting his PayPal because that's what's left standing. GoFundMe's gone, Plum Fund's gone. That initial cash I can't remember what it was. It was only for a short period. That's what shut down. There was other things that's been shut down. So he has to go to what he has left, or he has to create other ways of getting money to come in. So now he does a Zelle and Apple Pay, etc. Okay? So that's in a nutshell. That's how this him bringing in funds, how it has evolved over the years. Okay, all right. Thanks for super chat. And then the universe revolves around Shoemake. Yeah, in his mind it does, but that's the narcissism. Okay. Yeah, he really thinks that he's great, but it's also, in my opinion, it's a psychological mechanism, a defense mechanism, because it allows him to live in a fantasy world where he doesn't have to deal with the reality of his situation, which is really bad. It is. I mean, he's in all ways, he's in a bad situation. So he overcompensates. He does a lot of self-aggrandizing. That's the narcissism. He wants people to think that he's all great. He's God's gift, so forth and so on. He even believes that he's the Christ. He's called himself the Black Christ. So that's all up here. But see, if Umar sat down and really looked at his life and dealt with the reality of the situation, he will come to the conclusion that his life is in a bad state. And listen, we all of us, I'm not going to say we've gotten to that level, but there's been times in my life where I've been really, really down. But the idea is you got to deal with the reality of the situation, and you got to start digging yourself out of where, instead of continue to pile on. Umar continues to pile on. See, that's another reason why I've gone at Umar and I've gone so hard, because he's hard-headed. He don't listen. See, I've given him many different things that he can do to get shit turned around in his life. It's doable. He has a lot of work to do. It will be a serious marathon, but he can do it. But he's hard-headed. And the narcissism, he thinks the universe revolves around him. See? I mean, I tried so hard to get this guy on the right track. I give him all kind of good advice, but he don't listen. He's hard-headed. See? But what's happening is more and more stuff's getting piled on top, child support, student loans, tax liens, homeless, don't even have his own vehicle, stay in his mama closet when he can, it just goes, the list goes on and on and on. See, but that's on him. It ain't on anybody else. But he wants to claim sabotage, which is narcissism too, because they never want to hold themselves accountable. All right. Thanks, Fairchild Republic. Let's get back to this video. Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. Got about 1,000 people in the building. We're gonna go for like maybe another 30 minutes or so. Okay, I gotta go look something up. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go.
If you don't think I have anything to teach you in my 25 years of being a certified school psychologist, hop off the live right now. Hop off the live right now. Because one thing we not going to do is start thinking Dr. Umar is just a social media personality. We're not going to do that. I am not a rapper. I am not an actor. I am not a podcaster. I'm not a comedian. I'm not a singer. I am nothing to do with the world of entertainment. I'm in the world of Pan Africanism and activism. I am in the world of Pan Africanism and activism. I might be more popular than most of your favorite entertainers. I might be more popular than most of your favorite celebrities, but I am not a celebrity. I am not an entertainer. I don't have fans. I have supporters. Pause. Pause.
What are you talking about?
Pause. Now, 5 points for black parents when it comes to special ed. I want to hit you with 5 points. Cincinnati, where's the best black food in Cincinnati? Cincinnati, where's the best black food in Cincinnati? Cincinnati, where's the best black food in Cincinnati? Anyway, pause. Number one.
Why does he keep saying that? Am I missing something? Quick question, am I missing something? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. That's temporary. That's the narcissism. He really wants to be on the level of actors and comedians and so forth. I know, but I ain't gonna shame y'all. But damn, I mean, we got 1,000 people in here with 312 likes. I'd like to at least get to 500 for these live streams. Okay, if y'all please, yeah. I'm not gonna say please. I don't want to make it seem like that. But if you guys, if you're enjoying the show, again, this is probably the last show for the month. And we went in this month. I mean, I've been up on here. I've been doing my best. I'm not trying to make it like that, but yeah, go and hit that like button. Okay, let's try to get to 500 before we close this live stream. I ain't gonna keep you much longer. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here. Yeah, and also Samaritan. So why go on the 20 versus 1? Yeah, why is he on what's his name show? I can't remember his name right now. The young guy. He has a because my daughter knows Drewski, right? Why is he going on Drewski's show? Why was he on the Housewives of Atlanta? A lot of y'all don't know about that. He tries so hard to kick it. He really do. Umar be trying so hard. He be trying so hard to kick it. A lot of people don't know about that. I could pull up that receipt too. He was on the Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, Drewski. Why is he on Drewski? It could have been love, Umar. CashApp told it to pause 3 times. Yes, right. Yeah. Why you on the Breakfast Club? Okay. My bad. Yeah, it's Drewski. Yeah, my daughter, she was like, yeah. She was talking, and because I've been watching. I didn't get through the whole second episode of the Drewski show. I watched the first one, but because I heard Umar was going to be on it, I watched most of the second episode. I didn't get through it, but Umar's supposed to be on the third or fourth one, so I'm just waiting on that. But my daughter, she was talking, and she was like, such and such and Drewski. I said, what'd you say? She said, Drewski. I said, who? You know who that is? She said, yeah. I said, why do you know who that is? But the younger people, they know who that is. Anyway, do a like auction. Oh, yeah, I know. I used to do like auctions. I ain't done that in a long time, but I don't want to do to people like that. I don't want people to feel, because then I sound like Umar, y'all won't give me no likes. Y'all ain't shit. I've been a school psychologist for 50 years. I said, Umar, what are you talking about? I've been a school psychologist for 51 years. Y'all should at least give me a like. How you gonna be a school psychologist for 51 years and you 50? The math ain't mathing, sir. Well, when I was in the womb, I was psychologizing all them on the corner. You tripping, Umar. Yeah, I don't want to do a like auction. They will super chat though. I appreciate it. He's planting the seeds for a food recommendation. Is that what he's doing? We're gonna see. But you see how Umar can't do anything for himself. He can't do it. He got what? Can y'all know where I can find this? Can I find this? That's what he do. We're gonna see in a minute. Thanks for super chat. And then Platinum Nova says you can see the lady walk past behind him and sit before he took the photo with the fans. He became quick before she spoke when she sat down. Oh, you're saying in the video? Okay. Let me pull that up right quick. Because I do remember someone walked behind him. I wish Umar had got her on camera. It'd been funny if it was the same lady that he said, "Hey, gorgeous," to at the. That would have been hilarious. Let me get into this photo right quick, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay. 2015. Okay. And this is the one where he was at the airport. We covered this yesterday. Okay, let me skip to it real quick. Hold on.
The border.
35-minute mark around here. $35.40. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's where he addresses the people.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, black community activist.
Ah,
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's some funny shit. See how humble Umar is too. He don't get up there and say, you know, I'm Big Papa. I'm a school psychologist. I'm the most requested guy. He don't do that. He just humble himself. Oh, I'm a black, whatever he said. But what you're saying is that she walks behind him. I didn't see her. Yeah, I would have to find a timestamp for that to find out where she actually walked. Let me see. Because he does. Maybe that's her right there. Let's see.
It's institutions over the intimacy. It's black power before the naughty hour. We must stay focused.
Who are crazy?
You want a podcast interview? You got to text me 215-989-9858.
See how he's talking to the black people, but as soon as that white lady talk, he
215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. Text messages only. Text messages only. When you text me, I need to know your name and I need to know where you are. Don't give me no damn state. Give me a city. Don't give me no damn country. Give me a region. Don't give me.
What are you talking about, Umar?
You know. If I get delayed, I will be in Atlanta overnight tonight. If they cancel this flight, they keep delaying my flight. Where my Atlanta Africans at? Where my College Park Africans at? Where my Atlanta Africans? I might have to spend the night in the ATL. I might have to spend the night in the ATL. I may have to go to, what's that vegan place? Naughty Vegan? I might have to pull up to Naughty Vegan or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's her right there, huh? Yep, that's her right there. Yeah, did y'all see that? Watch this.
To Naughty Vegan or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots. Oh, yes.
There she go. And then she sits next to him. Look at him. I did not catch that, Platinum Nova, but that's it right there. Let me get this timestamp real quick.
To Naughty Vegan or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots. Oh, yes.
Yep. There she just walked by. There she She's like a shark. She was like a shark circling in there was blood in the water. And he got shook so quick. Okay, this is at the 32 minutes and 40-second mark. Where's my pen? 32 seconds. 32 minutes, 40-second mark. She probably saw Umar and was like, hey, handsome. Let me, my black king, mocha. he saw her too. Let me see. Here we go.
To Naughty Vegan or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get at Umar, to be honest with you.
Oh, yes.
Look at him. Yeah. They were probably locking eyes earlier. There she go. Okay. Hold on real quick.
To Naughty Vegan or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots. Oh, yes.
See, he sees her walking over there. See, she just walked by. I can see her shadow. There she go right there. Yep. There she go. Here she comes. She like a shark. Look at him. He was like, hey, my queen. Wow, I did not catch that. Good catch. So she sits next to him, And then about 3 minutes, 3 minutes later, he stops talking right here. See, he ain't really talking. Damn, she shut him down earlier then. You see how he ain't talking? And then finally, about 3 minutes later, that's when someone comes up to get a picture with them. And then 3240. Yeah, I did not catch this yesterday.
To naughty vegan, or get me some seafood at Spawn Divots. Oh yes.
See, he stops talking right here. I did not catch that. All right, and so this is 32 minutes and 40 seconds. If we go to 35 minutes, that's when she finally says something to him after there's some black people that asked to get a picture with him. So here's 35, and then we'll move on. 35 minutes, 40 seconds. Here we go.
Congratulations. Y'all Philly? Okay.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, black community activist.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so funny. Yeah, good catch. Platinum Nova. Thanks for super chat too. I did not catch that. Yeah. Yeah, she had him shook. She might have been trying to get at him though. She saw him sitting over here like Barney. You know, she probably used to watch Barney and shit. Okay, yeah, I got that one earlier. Okay, and then your kids will see. It says if Umar would have gotten a proper fundraising professional and financial advisor, the school would be open and he would have a home. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But he doesn't want to work with any professionals because then he has to deal with accountability, and that's the thing he doesn't want to deal with. Even to this day, Umar could have invested this money while he was looking for another building or looking for a building. There's all types of things that he could have done, but at the end of the day, it was personal. It was money that he was using for his lifestyle. So, if he had an accountant, the accountant would have known that because the accountant would have opened up the books and digital trail, look at a bank account and what's coming in, what's going out, what's being paid for, what's the money being spent on. They would have known right away. A financial advisor, they would have known. He doesn't want to deal with the professional. Same thing if he got a professional fundraiser manager, they would have known too because they would be looking at the books too. Umar doesn't want that. Same thing, he doesn't want a board of directors either because there has to be transparency. And at the end of the day, Umar he's spent there's at least $1.2 million that's missing right now, at least bare minimum. It's more than that, but at bare minimum 1.2. Okay, thanks. Your kids will see this. I appreciate you being a member. And then let's get back to this video. I'm trying to pull something else up. I'll be right back.
I'm going to give you 5 facts. If you hold on to these 5, you can screen record this, send it out to anybody who needs to hear it. I'm on a mission from the Most High and the ancestors. Number 1, your child does not go to special ed because they are behind. Listen, you don't qualify for special education because you are behind.
By the way, I have to correct myself. I think earlier I stated that Umar in 2010 stated that he was resigning as a school principal. I think that was 2014. Okay, so anyway, he wasn't working. He stopped working back in 2010, 2011. He was lying in that post too. But anyway, as a corrective measure, I'm not sure if that's what I stated earlier. I'm just trying to find the receipt right now to verify. But I think it's 2014 when he posted that. Anyway, here we go.
Listen, you don't qualify for special ed because you are behind. You qualify for special ed because you are disabled. I'm going to say this again. I'm tired of black parents putting black children in special ed because they are behind. You don't go to special ed because you are behind in reading. You don't go to special ed because you are behind in math. You don't go to special ed because you are behind in comprehension. That's not why you go to special ed. You go to special ed because you are disabled in reading. You are disabled in math. You are disabled in comprehension. In other words,
I'm sorry, I got to pull something real quick. This is 2010, March 3rd of 2010. Okay. All right, I just have to check that real quick.
I'm in 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level because I haven't been taught. That's not a special ed problem. If I'm in the 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level because my parents don't make me go to school, that's not a special ed problem. If I'm in 5th grade reading on the 3rd grade level because I don't do my homework, that's not a special ed problem. If I'm in 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level because my teacher suspends me from school and puts me out of the classroom every other day, I said, if I'm in 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level because my teacher puts me out the classroom every other day and suspends me every other day, that's not a special ed problem. That's a skills deficiency. That's a skills delay. That is
What is he talking about? He all over the place, sitting in a hotel, motel room.
Not special ed. Black parents, I'm going to say it again. You only qualify for special education because you cannot learn because you are disabled. A reading delay is not a reading disability. A reading deficiency is not a reading disability. Stop putting children in special ed because they are behind. What should you do? If your child is not disabled but delayed, what should you do? If your child is not disabled but deficient, you stop buying fake hair and you use that money for a tutor. I said stop buying fake hair and you use.
Here he goes. I mean, this is about control of you black women. Umar, your hairline is fucked up, bro. Damn. It don't really matter to me. I ain't got no hair, but your hairline is highly suspicious.
Use that money for a tutor. I said stop buying fake hair and use that money for a tutor. Stop buying Air Jordans,
here you go,
weed and alcohol, and use that money for a tutor. Stop buying Air Jordans, weed and alcohol, and use that money for a tutor. Listen, somebody sent me a video the other day. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand the only black scholar to speak on every continent this century and one of the only in history. I want you to understand, overstand, and
okay, Umar's not a scholar, first off, but how does he know that other people anyway?
Understand the only black scholar to speak on every continent 3 times this century and one of the only ones to do it in history by invitation. I want you to hear me. Somebody sent me a video of black people standing in a line outside in the cold a few days ago because the new Air Jordans, the new bunny hopping Jordans came out. The Air Bunny Hoppers. We don't call them Air Jordans no more. We call them Air Bunny Hoppers. We don't call them Air Jordans no more. We call them Air Bunny Hoppers. So the new Air Bunny Hoppers came out. The new Air Bunny Hoppers came out a few days ago. And black people was lined up down the street around the corner in the freezing cold. Black people were lined up down the street and around the corner in the freezing cold to get the new Air Bunny Hoppers.
Bunny hoppers.
I've never seen you down the street around the corner in the cold for report card conferences. I've never seen you down the street in the cold for back to school night. I've never seen you down the street.
Okay, Umar, you're a deadbeat. You're not even in your daughter's lives. Okay? What are you talking about? Well, you have 2 daughters at least. I don't know if the other child is the sex of the other child, but what are you talking about? And how do you know that people ain't... Listen, we have something called the internet, and they have Chromebooks. Umar, when you open this school on September, like you said, you better have Chromebooks and IT infrastructure. Or otherwise, I ain't giving you no credit. Chromebooks for the kids, IT infrastructure. I need to see a server. I need to see the backbone for this building. All right. I need to see. I need to see paperwork. I need to see how much the ISP, what how much they charging you for whatever band. I need to see what the bandwidth is. Okay, all that. Otherwise, I ain't giving you no credit. Don't try to pass off some bullshit. Anyway, not to get sidetracked because I just put this video up. It's just interesting that Umar, he's always talking bad about black people, and he's doing it now. But he's not even an active participant in his child. He don't know what grades they're getting or any of that kind of stuff. He's a deadbeat. Okay. By the way, a lot of this information, you want to see what your child's report card is? They don't even call it report card. They just call it grades. You can go on to a computer and actually access all that. Did you know that, Umar? Yeah. You can put money on their account for whatever, food, whatever. You can do that too online now these days in 2025, Umar. Okay. It's just in case if you don't know. You don't have to stand out in the snow to go and see that shit. Okay, you can email the teacher these days, Umar. You don't have to stand out in the snow to do that shit. But even if you want to do that, we know you're not doing that because you're a deadbeat. You're such a hypocrite.
Street around the corner in the code for parent-teacher associations. I've never seen you down the street around the corner and in the code for the parent-teacher association. I've never seen you down the street around the corner and in the code for the school board meeting. But you were down the street around the corner in the freezing cold for a pair of air bunny hoppers that are made by child slave labor. Air bunny hoppers made by child slave labor. They only cost about $14 to make. They only cost about $14 to make. They only cost about $14 to make. And you spend, how much they cost, family? Air bunny hoppers. How much do the air bunny hoppers cost? The new air bunny hoppers that just came out, how much are they? Can somebody give me a price? I'm looking for a price. I'm looking for a price. Can somebody please post the price? How much are the new air bunny hoppers? Can somebody please post the price? This is King Kong live from Cincinnati. Where my Cincinnati queens at?
See,
where my Cincinnati queens at? Where my 5'5" extra 5 Cincinnati queen? Where my Cincinnati unapologetically African alpha males? Where my Cincinnati?
By the way, you see that backdrop? This is how my mind works. This is in Ohio, right? Well, he was in Ohio back in the day. And look right here.
Okay. There we go, Facebook.
Maybe not. Is that the? I mean, it could be a different room at the same but you see the design there.
Black conscious elders. With my Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's the opposite though. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. It's just my mind. I remember the curve because and this video right here is really important.
I had to use my phone.
This is and there's two of this is one of the most important videos that you can watch with Umar because he tells a lot of the history stuff. Anyway, here we go.
UFAT. Where my Central State HBCU universities at, students at. Where my Wilberforce HBCU university, $300 for a pair of air bunny hoppers, but your son can't read. $300 for a pair of air bunny hoppers, but your son can't read. Your daughter can't count.
What?
You can't blame this on Elon Muskrat. You can't blame this one on Elon Muskrat. Into hell with Elon Muskrat. I stand with South Africa. I want my South Africans to
what
know
are you talking
my Zulu,
about?
my Kwazi, my Khoi, my Nkosa. I stand with the Republic of Azania. South Africans.
This bomb is sitting inside of a hotel motel room talking about I stand with South Africa. If you don't stop, King Kong.
Black America stands with Black South Africa. They will not misappropriate the land. No, sir. But let me get back to Kanye. Let me get back. 513, I'm in the building. 215 is in the 513 today. 215 is in the 513. Listen to me. So you don't go to special ed unless you're disabled. If you're only deficient, you should get a tutor. Black man, let me talk to my brothers for a minute. If you are a black father of a child who can't read, count, or comprehend on grade level, I'm going to say it again. I'm talking to every black man in America, every black man in Canada, every black man in the UK, France, throughout Europe, every black man in Brazil, Jamaica, every black man in Africa, Australia. I'm talking to the Pan African family. If you are a black man and your son or daughter can't read, count, or comprehend, you are not a black man. You are a beta male. We got to start talking about these beta male fathers out here. We got to start talking about these beta male fathers whose sons can't read on grade level, but he got Jordans on and he on a basketball team. Your daughter can't count on grade level, but she got the red bottoms on and the Balenciaga bag and the Fendi jacket, but she can't even count. Shame on you black fathers, trifling ass.
She got the red. What are you talking about? Is he talking about a little girl?
But she can't even count. Shame on you black fathers. We got to start talking about these beta male fathers whose sons can't.
Umar, you're just projecting. You're a deadbeat. You're not in your children's life. Yeah, he does this a lot. He does it so much, it's incredible. Oh, okay, red bottom shoes. Okay, I was like, what is he talking about?
Read on grade level, but he got Jordans on and he on a basketball team. Your daughter can't count on grade level, but she got the red bottoms on and the Balenciaga bag and the Fendi jacket, but she can't even count. Shame on you black fathers, trifling ass black men, not most of you, not all of you, but a lot of you who co-sign underachievement, who co-sign academic failure, who co-sign nigritude. In 25 years, I can almost count on both hands and both feet the amount of black fathers I've seen in a special ed meeting fighting to save their son. 25 years I've been.
You're a liar. Hit the one. Okay. This guy lies so much, it's incredible. Umar has not worked as a school psychologist since 2010, 2011. Now, if memory, because I'm still trying to find this receipt. If memory serves me right, it was, and Black Anonymous, if you're still here, I'm thinking, I thought it was in 2014, where Umar states that he's no longer working as a school principal and as a school psychologist. But the truth is that he hadn't worked as a school principal, as a school psychologist. He hadn't worked since 2011, 2010, 2011. So even that is a lie. See, that's probably why the timeline didn't add up. I thought that was in 2014. Well, I'm trying to find the receipt. I have it inside of my notes, but when I looked it up and I tried to actually access it, it wouldn't let me access it for some reason. But here he is. He's again saying that he's been a school psychologist for 25 years, as if he's currently one, and he's not currently a school psychologist. He hasn't been for many, many years. In fact, it's been over a decade. It's been almost 14 years in point of fact. Okay. Again, this video is from February 20th, 2025, and he's still talking like he's a school psychologist. He's not
doing this. 25 years as
yeah,
a
if you're enjoying the show, if you can hit the like button, I
psychologist,
appreciate it.
and I can count on both.
He holds no certification as a school psychologist. You guys go look this up right now. There's a database online for the state of Pennsylvania. He's not in the database. He lies so much, it's incredible.
Hands and both feet. How many times I saw a black father in the meeting with their child's mother? Be she a baby mama, fiance, or a wife, y'all still don't show up. Be she a baby mama, fiance, or a wife, black men still don't be showing up. Shout out to the fellas who do. Shout out to the fathers who do. Shout out to the black men who do. But most black men don't think they belong in the schoolhouse. You let your baby mom go in there and fight for your son all by herself. You's a damn beta male. You worse than a bunny hopper. You worse than a bunny. What kind of a black man lets the baby mom walk into a room full?
You see this guy? This guy's been on child support for over 22 years. It's crazy. He got 3 baby mamas. He's a deadbeat. He got some nerve disparaging you black people. He ain't talking to me. I'll tell you that right now. I've been here from the beginning. See, but some of you men, you let him talk to you like this. Okay. And some of you let him talk to about other black men like this when he is this. He's what he's talking about. He's such a hypocrite. Fairchild Republic gifted 5 members. Thank you so much. If you guys can please give a shout out and a special thanks to Fairchild Republic. Gifted 5, I hate saying my name like that, but 5 memberships, 5 LenonHonor memberships. It sounds weird, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for doing that. Very kind of you, sir. Okay, salute. I appreciate it. Y'all can get thank Fairchild Republic. I appreciate that too, especially if you receive one of those memberships this evening. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here we go.
Of Neanderthal energy. What kind of black man lets a baby mama walk into a room full of Neanderthal energy and don't go with her to fight for your son, fight for your daughter? What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Stop worrying about when my school coming. You ain't donating. And you don't even live nowhere near the school. Shut up, you little crusty Negro, and cut that crustache off the top of.
How does he know they didn't donate? How does he know that they don't live close to the school? Here we go. I mean, listen, I'm being honest. I told myself today, there's these 3 videos. I said, it's not going to be anything going on in these videos, but let's get through them so we get all caught up. But here we go. And he just lying, talking about he was a school psychologist for 25 years. That alone, Umar Johnson, how was not to go? I'm going to come back to that. User 225 said, Umar Johnson fans don't know he's just saying this to gain favor with the single moms he hopes to smash. Absolutely. It's pimp game. It's player game, actually, but we're just going to say pimp game because there's the correlation between the two. Even though Umar, he actually outlines the player, the pimp, the false professional. He's talking about himself and all these different men that you women should avoid, you black women. And he's working on this book, upcoming book. He was saying this in 2014. It was called The Rules of Romance for You Women. And he was collecting pre-orders for it, and the book still doesn't exist. There's the couch potato, that's Umar. It's the pimp, there's the player, it's the fake professional. Okay, these are all Umar archetypes. There's one other one, I can't remember what it was. The helpless romantic or some shit like that. Well, that's Umar too, because he said that Lauryn Hill, that whole Lauryn Hill story, she kissed him on the cheek in his Fantasyland mind, weirdo, kissed him on the cheek and said bye, cutie. And then he was in the hotel room. She came in, laid next to him on I guess on the bed. I don't know what the shit was, something like that. Somebody helped me, and said she was on her. She told him she was on her menstrual cycle. And evidently, she felt like that's what she wanted to tell a complete stranger, and she put her head on his shoulder and laid down on him. Umar is wow. He's so wild. Anyway, user 225, he be saying this kind of stuff because he wants to get in with these black women, and he need money. He know y'all gonna give it up. He need to cook. He know some of y'all at least gonna give up that cooch. So he'll say what he has to say. In reality, he's the worst version of the men he criticized. You're absolutely right. I said this long time ago. I said that Umar is the worst example that I've seen of a black man, husband or father for that man. What I mean by husband is that, someone who is seeking to be committed to a woman. He's the worst example. And that says a lot. Okay. I haven't seen anything like it. And then all the scamming and scheming doesn't help. The fraud and being a con man, that don't help, but he really epitomizes the worst of black men. He epitomizes the worst aspects that you'll find in black men. And it's all compiled into one. Sometimes you have brothers and they have certain issues, but not all of these issues that Umar has all of them. you know. But he's very crafty. So he'll say what he's saying here and how we need to go support these black women and, you know, with the kids and go to the school, but the black men ain't showing up. Well, he's talking about himself, but he's saying this because he wants to gain favor with the single moms, that he wants to crush the cookies. And that's really what this is. See, Umar will disrespect you black women, but then he'll deploy these types of manipulative tactics to keep you coming back for more, you know. And y'all be looking at him like, yeah, he's really, you know. I remember someone said that, they said Umar don't disrespect black women. I said, what? And we used to start pulling up receipt after receipt of Umar disrespecting black women. See, but he'll say something nice. That's what abusers do. They'll abuse, and then they'll do something nice. Then they abuse, then they'll do something nice. See, well, that's what Umar does. Okay. And he does something nice by saying these types of things to get these women to rah him, and hopefully they'll send him some more money, and then he can hopefully, in his mind, he can crush more cookies. And that's very well said. Okay, great observation. Thanks, user 225. Appreciate it. And then Fairchild Republic says at least people should have a balanced view. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about here. Maybe you're talking about the Umar, what he's talking about with the being present in the children's lives. Thanks for super chat. Slim Shade says, Umar, where are your children at? He don't know. Them kids don't know him. Okay. He traveling all over the world. He don't even have a place to stay. If the kids come to visit, where they gonna go? In mama closet? At a hotel, motel? Come on, cut it out. See, that's the thing about Umar. He'll talk all this talk, but he's really talking about himself. He's a deadbeat and has been from the jump. See, I remember he did this video. He was saying, he was asking people, what should I get for the younger kids, like not the toddlers, but something like that, the younger kids or whatever, because he says, I've never bought baby clothes. You know, and he's just admitting that he's just been a deadbeat. He ain't been present. He ain't never bought no clothes for them kids. He's a deadbeat. So he couldn't answer this question. Okay? Thanks for super chat. What's up, brother Dion? Says he always pits parents against the teachers. Yeah, he does that. He does that. He also pits black men against black women and vice versa. But the teacher thing, he does that a lot. He's caused a lot of damage with that because a lot of black parents, they don't trust teachers because of the rhetoric. Now, there's some bad teachers out there, but from my experience, most of the teachers that I had, and most of them were right anyway, but most of the teachers that I had, they were good. They were decent, good people. You know, not all of them, because I can tell stories about some of them, but most of them, they were decent people. But Umar wants to make it seem like they're all bad and they're all plotting against your child as some big conspiracy. See, that's the whole conspiracy theory. I was in that shit back in the day too. So, you know, that's why I can understand where he's coming from, but it's not logical or reasonable. It's emotionalism, but it's these fantasies that Umar spins to justify why. I don't know why he does it exactly at this point. I don't know, perpetual victimhood, you know, that the system is out to get your child. You know, but then on the other hand, he'll flip it and he'll talk about how bad you parents are and y'all ain't shit and you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing either. So which one is it? Is it both? Damn. Or is it the school system? Okay. Or is it the teachers? Or is it these horrible black parents? See, but the truth is that he's not even a parent to his own children. See? But he's a big problem in these regards because he's really set up a lot of barriers and levels of distrust between parents and teachers, and parents and teachers have to work together to keep the child on track. See, emailing back and forth, kept talking with counselors when stuff comes up, whatever the case may be. But Umar doesn't know anything about that. He just creates this narrative about how the school is really it's to put your child in the prison pipeline. It's a prison pipeline, and that these teachers are all conspiring against your child. He's a problem. He really is. Thanks, Dion. Shout out to brother Dion too. Appreciate you. Okay. And then Swagonito says 99.9% of Umar's criticism of black fathers is a direct projection of himself. I totally agree. All of that can easily apply to him. Got to be a mental health issue. Yeah. I think it's a mental health issue. I also think it's an issue of Umar. Well, it's a mental health issue too. But Umar, he's unwilling to deal with who he is. Remember, I tell people Umar has an identity crisis. Part of the identity crisis is not just him morphing into all these different people when the time fits. He's like a shapeshifter in these regards. Shout out to Odo. You know what I'm talking about. But also Umar, the ability to present himself as something that he's not, and then disparage black men in such a way to wherein he's really talking about himself, but by talking about other men in this way, it puts him in a position where he doesn't have to deal with his own personal reality. So it's a psychological, like I said earlier, it's like a psychological defense mechanism. And that can't be easy either. If Umar looked at his life and was honest about it, it would be very difficult to look at it. So what does he do? He disparages other black men, and it makes him feel better about himself. That's really what it is. It makes him feel better about himself. And it also puts him in a position where if all these other black men ain't shit, and he's really not shit, he don't really have to deal with the fact that he ain't shit. He just gonna focus on the fact that they're not shit. Okay, so it gives him an out. But what he really should do is focus on himself and start to get himself and get his life turned around and get stuff in order within himself. But that's very difficult to do. And there's a lot of emotional turmoil that he's going to have to deal with, because at a certain point he would have to say, you know what, I've been a deadbeat. I've been absent in my children's life for I don't want to give no ages out there, for decades. Because that's very difficult for anyone to have to deal with, assuming that they have emotions or emotional attachments or anything. But see, that's another mental health issue with Umar. He doesn't have that. Okay, he doesn't have that. See, a father loves his children, and the father's going to do, and father will function as a father to other children's too, other kids too, if need be, but not Umar. See, he ain't got no love for anybody but himself. So he definitely ain't got no love for his kids. But he will disrespect you black men and throw out all of these worst case scenarios of you black men. But really what he's talking about is himself. But by doing that, the focus is on these other black men as opposed to the focus being on him. See, that's the narcissism too. Narcissists, they don't want people to look and see all the shady shit and how broke down and shit they are. They want people to see them in a particular light. See, that's again it's like a shapeshifter. See, so Umar doesn't want people to know that he has at least 3 baby mamas, and that one of the baby mamas that he impregnated, he was in his early 40s, she was in her early 20s. See, because when people realize that and they know that, it's all public record, that shatters a lot of the illusion that he's created as a master manipulator, as the great deceiver of our time in the black conscious space. See, so Umar tries to craft these different personas to meet different, but at the end of the day, if people really get to know who Umar is through research and critical thinking, they realize that oftentimes when he's disparaging black people, he's talking about himself. Okay, yeah, he's something else. He really is. Yep. Thanks, Ragolito, for super chat. Umar's a fake. He's a fake. All right. It's another little. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then Rizal 11 says Umar Ifatuna, the most requesting. Yeah, he does. He asks for things. He asks for a whole bunch of things. He asks for venues. He asks people to find him. Well, if you're the most requested, you shouldn't have to ask for that, right? I need you to find me a place to stay. I need you to find me a place where I can go get something to eat. I need you to find me. This guy can't do anything for himself, but he's supposed to be a scholar too. He's not well researched. Okay, he's not peer reviewed. He doesn't have anything published in any scholastic journal, anything like that. He's not a scholar. He's a bum from Philly. Okay, that's like when Umar throws out these statistics. You're like, you know, you black women, you know, you represent, I don't know what he said, 6-7% of the population of the United States of America, but he be saying some crazy shit, but you guys are purchasing 90% of all beauty. I said, what? Not was it not? He said something like that, 60, 90. I don't know what he said, something crazy. Except for 40. He just be throwing, that's not, you know, that's why if you guys go look at his books, there's no scholarly sources. He doesn't quote anyone. He doesn't source anybody. He's a bum from Philly. Okay. Thanks, sir. Rizal 11 for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get going on this. We're about to wind this down. Hope y'all enjoying the show. Hit the like button if you don't mind. By the way, real quick, let me give you an update on the poll. We got 580 votes. The question is, does Umar Johnson have an office? 91% say no, and 9% say yes. Okay, and I know he doesn't have an office. I've never seen him in an office. I've seen so many Umar Johnson videos. Again, like I said, I got the earliest video that I have of Umar recording Umar was from 2004, 2005-ish. Could have been 2006. Out of all the videos I've seen all the way up to today, I've never seen Umar inside his own personal office in a professional setting. I haven't seen it, okay? Because he's a scam artist. He's a con man, okay? But yet he has people believing that he's a professional. He has his own office. He's doing therapy with children. He's doing IEPs and all this kind of stuff. He ain't doing none of that, okay? He's still talking like he's doing it in 2025. That's crazy. This guy. Okay, let's keep going. Here we go.
Your lip. That look like 3 raisins. That ain't no mustache. You got a crust stash, you little crusty ninja. Here to school. Shut up, you little crust with us. Stop worrying about when my school coming. You ain't donate, and you don't even live nowhere near the school. Shut up, you little crust.
He don't know if they donate. He don't know if they live near the school. But you see how he reacts when people bring up the school? See, if things were going the way that they should from a business standpoint, Umar would be able to explain. He would have a response to this as opposed to getting emotional and belligerent like this. But the first thing he does is he gets upset. Look at him, gets mad, and he starts disrespecting the person that made that comment. It's a legitimate question. Where's the school at? See, but that's how you know that it's a scam. He doesn't even have the temperament to be around children. Look at how he behaves.
Crusty Negro, and cut that crust stash off the top of your lip. That look like 3 raisins. That ain't no mustache. You got a crust stash, you little crusty ninja. You got 3 raisins on your lip. That ain't no mustache. Cut that shit off. That little crusty crust stash you got, cut it off. But let me stay focused.
Yeah.
Let me stay focused. The beta males is mad because I'm speaking truth right now.
A bum from Philly who got words. Basically, he know how to run his mouth, but he's a bum from Philly, literally. Okay, let's keep going. Here we go. We got to at least get through this video.
The beta males is mad. Sister, if your man got 3 raisins on his top lip, if your man got 3 raisins on his top lip, calling it a mustache, will you please shave that shit off? Shave that crust stash. Don't let your husband come out here with a crust stash. If he ain't got enough testosterone for the full-blown beard, if he ain't got enough testosterone for the full-blown mustache, just shave it off.
Umar, don't be like that. There's some men they can't grow a full beard. I mean, I could, but you shouldn't do that. Okay, you really shouldn't. You know, because truth be told, you're not the most masculine person I've seen online, bro. Worrying about other women's hair. When you be doing your hands and shit, be doing all like this. That's because you ain't got no muscle mass. See? So don't do that. And I mean, I can go in on you like that right now. You know, you got an auntie body, bro. This just being honest about it. A big auntie. See? But that's a testosterone issue if you want to be honest about it. But see, it's not right for me to say that. But if you're going to do that about other black men who maybe they can't grow a full beard in, then shouldn't people be able to do that to you? Okay, 2 rights don't make a wrong. I just want to prove a point. Okay, ma'am. You got an auntie body, no muscle mass, none. Okay. When you walk, it looks like. Well, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it right there. That's why Tasha K said you got them childbearing hips. That's what she said. I didn't say it. She said that shit. Okay, Auntie Johnson. Now you see, I can go in on like that, but I'm just using this as an example. Okay, but I can go on people that I'm going on Umar like that too. I shouldn't talk like that, but I'm just using this as an example for Umar to do this and talk bad about black men and try to disparage them because maybe they can't grow a full beard because they lack testosterone. Umar, listen, bro, you got an auntie body, straight up. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Just shave it off. Everybody can't be 6'3" with the North Philly beard. Everybody can't.
I remember he was saying he was 6'2". Now he's 6'3".
Be 6'3" with the North Philly beard. Everybody can't be 6'3" with the North Philly beard. But I'm gonna stay focused one time. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. My black quarterback got a black wife. I said, shout out to Jalen Hurts. My black quarterback got a black wife. I said,
right.
shout out to Jalen Hurts. My black quarterback got a black wife. Super Bowl MVP. Black Queens forever. Super Bowl MVP. Black Queens forever. Super Bowl MVP. Black Queens forever. But that's number 1. You only go to special ed.
Yeah, that's not auntie. That's a great aunt. You're right about that. The childbearing hip sounds like Umar Johnson gonna crush it. All right. You taking it too far. Let me get out. Hey, little super chat. Let me get out this chat room. I know. King Crush Chats undefeated. What's up? Shout out to KKC, boy. This is wild. All right, here we go. Umar is crazy.
If you have a disability, that's number 1. If you don't have a disability and you only have a deficiency, you get a tutor.
Huh?
If you don't have a disability and you only have a deficiency, you get a tutor. If you don't have a disability and you only have a skills deficiency, you get a tutor. You get a tutor. Number 2, special ed parents. Number 2, if your child has behavior problems and they have an IEP, if your child has behavior problems and they have an IEP, if your child has behavior problems.
Why Umar Johnson built like the mammy from Tom and Jerry? No. Don't do that. No, that's too far. You be taking shit too far. Don't do that. Come on now. Boy, that is too much. Don't do that. Okay. Thanks for the super chat too, but y'all be taking stuff too far. Okay. 3 raisins on his lip. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's keep going because I done got blown off. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's very reactionary, very emotionally unstable too. Okay, and that's not a very masculine trait either, Umar. And I don't mean to go here, but see how you disparage these black men. The same can be done to you. And I'm just doing that as an example. Okay, and again, I'm not going to be talking like that again, but I just want to use it as an example. But I will say Umar, very immature, emotionally unstable. And yeah, he claims to be a principal. He's not a principal. Okay. Listen, then we're going to start winding the show down because I want to go 2 hours. Still got 1,050 people here. If y'all hit the like button, I appreciate it. In all my research, I have not found one document online or otherwise that shows that Umar was a vice principal or a principal. Now, could he have been? Yes, but there should be some public record of that. If anyone has that public record, please provide it for me so I can include it inside the documentary. But until such time that I see that, I'm not going to sit here and say that Umar was a principal or vice principal because he's a habitual liar. We've proven that yesterday. We proved it today. He claims to still be a school psychologist. He's not a school psychologist. You're a school psychologist. You're traveling all over the world. See, you got to be working at a school in order to be a school psychologist. What school are you working at? And you got to be there consistently. Umar, what are you talking? You lie so much, man. So the same thing with the whole principalship. If he's been is he possible? Yeah, it's possible. Is vice principal possible? Yeah. Okay. But I've yet to find any record, excuse me, digital or otherwise, that would prove that to be the case. Now, again, like I said, if anyone sees this video and you have information that would provide a receipt that would show that Umar was a principal or a vice principal, please provide it. Now, he was a school psychologist, right? Yeah. But Umar's talking today in 2025, these days in 2025, as if he's still a school psychologist, which is untrue. And he doesn't have a certificate right now, an active certificate as a school psychologist or as a principal or vice principal for that matter. He has no licenses whatsoever, never had any license, and he holds no certifications currently. None. Okay. But that's y'all's principle. You see how he behaved. See, that's what I was saying earlier, Slim Shahid. Umar, he doesn't even have the temperament to be around children. He don't, because you really have to develop. Either you have to have it, and some people have it naturally, or you have to develop it. And if you have children in your children's life, you develop it over time. Yeah, I know. Isn't that a trip? Umar calling other people crusty. Meanwhile, he's a bum inside of a hotel motel as usual. Thanks for all the super chats, everybody. Let's start winding this down. I appreciate it. Shoemake's disabilities. Yeah, he's yeah, from the jump, huh? Thanks for the super chat. How's it going? Yana says this is the same guy who admitted to have ADHD. Yeah, he admitted it in this one video. He alludes to it in other videos too, but he actually said he struggled with it for his whole life. That's his exact words. He says, I've struggled with that my whole life. So he has a lot of different issues, and he needs help, but he has narcissistic personality traits, and he thinks he's God's gift. And those type of people, they don't think that there's anything wrong with them, even though they probably know. But they're such in a delusional state. They're living in their own world. They don't go get the help that they need when they should. And Umar should. Okay. I've been saying this for a long time. Thank you. He needs to get help. I've been saying that for a long time. Thanks, Giannis, for super chat. Sweet V says hairline pushed back like FDMG. Yeah, you're right about that. I don't know what's going on with that left side. I think he cut it himself. He was probably eating some Cheetos and some shit, some fries or some shit, trying to cut his hair at the same time. You know, Umar. Thanks for super chat. I appreciate it. And then a super sticker from Truth Seeker. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super sticker. Okay, let's start winding this down. We're going to get to this video for sure, and then we'll close out the show. Here we go.
And they have an IEP. Call an IEP meeting and tell the IEP team that you want a one-to-one aid written into your son's or daughter's IEP as a related service. I'm going to say it again. If your child is in special ed, which means they have a disability, which means they have an IEP. If they are a behavior problem, call an IEP meeting and tell them you want a one-to-one aid written into your child's IEP. Stop picking your child up early from school for behavior when they're in special ed. Stop picking your child up early from school for behavior when they are in special ed. Stop sitting with your child in the classroom all day when they are in special ed. The law says that if the disabled child has behavior problems, the school, not the parent, the school, not the parent, the school, not the parent, has to provide that child with a one-on-one aid. That's right. See, the special ed kids get extra money so the school can pay for these services. The special ed children get extra money so the school can pay for these services. The special ed children get extra money so the school can pay for these services. Number 3, because I got to get to Buzz 1240. What's the name of the Buzz? Buzz 1240. What's the name of it? 12:30 a.m. I'm on the Buzz, 12:30 a.m. Cincinnati, WDBZ. 11 o'clock this morning, 12:30 a.m. The Buzz in Cincinnati, WDBZ. Your husband got 3 raisins on top of his lip. Your husband got 3 boogies on his top lip.
There we go.
My sister, if your husband got 3 boogies, 3 raisins on his top, shave that shit off. Shave it off. Looking like George Jefferson at 30. Shave it off.
There you go.
Shave it off. Shave it off. We fully bearded over here. We fully bearded over here. I need some beard oil. Somebody get Rosé on the phone. I want to try that Rick Ross beard oil. Somebody get Rosé on the phone. I want to try that Rick Ross beard oil. Somebody get Rosé on the phone. Stop beeping with 50. Stop beefing with 50 for a minute, Rosé. Send Dr. Umar some of that beard oil. P.O. Box 6872 North Philadelphia 19132. P.O. Box 6872 North Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19132. I said P.O. Box 6872 North Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19132. Somebody tell Rick Ross King Kong Consciousness want to try his beard oil. If you make beard oil, send me a sample of your beard oil. I already have some beard oil. I got some good beard oils, but there might be some more out there. Number 3, if your child is in special ed, I got to cut this at 3 because I got to go. The rod is here. If your child is in special ed, they can only be suspended for 10 total days. Keep count of the suspension days. If your child is in special ed, they can only be suspended 10 total days. Make sure you keep count of the suspension days, because if you're not keeping count of the suspension days, I'm telling you right now, if you're not keeping count of the suspension days, I'm telling you right now. If you're not keeping count of the suspension days, Good Garvey Day, Brother Rob. You downstairs? I'm on my way now. All right, King. If you are not keeping track of suspension days, the principal will violate the 10-day rule. I'm telling you. If you got a child who in special ed and he a little badass baby, I'm telling you right now, the principal want to suspend him more than 10 days and break the law, but it ain't nothing you can do about it because you don't keep days because you're a lazy parent.
Damn.
Black fathers, you
He's talking about himself. You see this? He's so disrespectful towards you black people, towards black people. But the thing is, towards more specifically, he's so disrespectful towards you black fathers. And then there's times where he's going in on black mothers. But the truth is that he's the deadbeat.
Should be keeping in fact, if you got a black father, why he getting in trouble anyway? Black men, we got to do better. If he got a black father, why he getting suspended every day anyway? Black father, we got to do better.
Yeah.
You must be a rainbow ganger talking about Diddy. I'm talking about saving black.
Yeah, you know, that may be the plug, the way he's sniffing like that. You know, he has those physiological responses.
Kids, you talking about Sean Combs. I'm talking about saving black kids. You talking about Sean Combs. What's going on here? We have to.
But Tanya, the thing is that Umar, a lot of his information is antiquated. He's talking about from a time period where I showed this earlier. I'll pull it up again. That's why it's important to understand the timeline with Umar, so that you can, and everyone needs to know this, that he hasn't worked as a professional since in and around 2010 or 2011. Things change in any profession over the course of 14, 15 years. Let me do a quick screen share, and then we're gonna start winding this down, everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button. I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to do, but we had a wonderful month. This is one of the best months that I've had here on YouTube. And I want to thank the Cookie Crush chat, because the Cookie Crush chat's undefeated. Appreciate y'all. So Tanya, if we look at this timeline right here, and this is the timeline, one of the timelines that I'm working with for the documentary, Umar, he starts his, he graduates from Millersville University with a double major in schools. One is in psychology. One of the majors is in psychology. The other is in political science. He claims this is 2 degrees, but a double major is not 2 degrees, it's 1 degree. That's why he says he has 6, but he actually has 5. So he graduates in 2000 at the age of 26. And then the following, that same year in 2000, he starts his 1-year internship in Philadelphia. This prepares him so that he starts working in the Philadelphia School District, and he starts working as a school psychologist based upon what he says on September 11th of 2001. He gives this whole story and what was happening in the country at that time. So Umar works from 2001 in the Philadelphia School District until about 2006. By this time, he's caused a lot of problems in the Philadelphia School District, and he then starts to do quote unquote private work. Okay, he's never been licensed, however, to do private work, but he claims, this is what he says, that he starts to do private work. And then by 2007, at the age of 33, he starts to do private work. And then he works as a school psychologist in the, what he calls it, the, what is this? In the charter school system. Okay, so it's still public, but the point is that he was in the Philadelphia Public School District, but then he transfers over to the and he's working with the charter schools. And then by the time we get to 2010, Umar, and he states this, by 2010, he makes a commitment to leave behind his work as a school psychologist. And he specifically focuses, and as a principal, as he says, and a vice principal, even though I haven't found any record of that, that in 2010, he makes a decision that he's going to go full force in the Black conscious space. And he starts to lecture. He starts on the lecture scene full force. Okay, so he gives up his career. What this means is that from 2001 to in and around 2010, Umar is working as a school psychologist or as a school, based on what he says, school principal or school vice principal. So what this means is it's like less than a 9-year period, ultimately, where Umar is working as a professional. He hasn't worked as a professional since in and around 2010, 2011. Okay, we're now in 2025. So it's been about 14 years. So this is all to say that there's a lot of stuff that Umar is saying that's antiquated. Sometimes he calls the children retarded. That's not terminology that is used these days. But see, Umar hasn't kept up with continuing education. He hasn't maintained any certifications. Currently, he has no certifications. He's never had any license to work to any professional capacity, but he has currently. He still claims that he does, okay? But he does not have any licenses. You can look that up in the databases. There are different databases you can look up in Pennsylvania, and you won't find Umar's name in any of those databases because he hasn't kept current on any of that. So the point is that Umar's career, it's minimal compared, it's minor compared to what he states it as being. He states it as being 25 years, as if he's current today, working as a school psychologist, has a certifications, he maintained that. So that's just it's a blatant lie. See, this guy hasn't worked since 2010, 2011-ish. And so we're talking about 14 years. So a lot of what he says is antiquated. And that's why he's so dangerous, because he's giving advice to Black parents about their children. And he's not even up on, you know, any changes that's taken place since 2010, 2011, he knows nothing about. Okay. He's so dangerous. Real quick, not 1% came out and said Umar Johnson advice helped them. Yeah, I haven't heard that. You know, and I said this in the past, that Umar claims that he's helped thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of Black boys over the years. But if that's the case, there should be, because it's social media, right? And kids nowadays, they be online. Well, where are all of these testimonials to that? See, I've seen people post videos where they say they ordered a book and they didn't get it. But where are all of these thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of boys that Umar has helped? Where are they at? Why aren't they doing testimonials to talk about how Umar helped them? Because that's all of a figment of his imagination. Okay. Thanks, user 225. I appreciate it. Yeah, True Seeker sent in a super sticker earlier. Thank you so much. And then Fairchild says you could be his biggest critic, yet you retain a level of compassion and want the best for him. My way, the property would be raised immediately. I respect the fact you still have compassion. Yeah, I do. The abandoned buildings, that's what the EPA said to raise the building. They suggest the city demolish the buildings, but I don't think that that's a necessary solution, because Umar, ultimately, he would just move, and he may end up doing this anyway. This is the thing. He may end up just taking the money that whatever money he's able to get, he could sell these abandoned buildings and take that money and just start a new scam, or just move to Africa. Okay, that's possible. The buildings are just a prop. That's just the carrot that he dangles in front of his followers to keep them going and keep them motivated to send him money for this con. It's a school scam, in essence, that he conceptualized in 2004, that he claimed he started working on and started building in 2005. We're in 2025, so we had very least 20 years. The buildings are just a prop at this point. That's why when he goes up there and shows, it's just a prop that he shows in the background so that he can ask people for money, and people will send him money because they see the prop. So the buildings being raised, I don't think it would make a difference, because ultimately Umar would just pivot, you know, because ultimately it's about money. It's not about the building. It's about money. It's not about the business. It's personal. And the way that Umar works is, and I'll say works as hypothetically, I shouldn't even use that term. The way that Umar operates, because he don't work, is that he's always trying to find a new scam and a new way to manipulate the circumstances to give a particular impression to his viewers, so that they will continue to believe in him, trust in him, and ultimately continue to send him money. That's all this comes down to. He's a master manipulator. He's a great deceiver of our time in the Black conscious space. The reason why I have compassion for Umar is because I've studied him enough, and I know enough about his history to understand at least some of the reasons why it is that he's where he's at in his life today. And knowing where he's at, and knowing in part how he got there, there's something about that that there's a level of compassion that I have to have. I was going to save this for the documentary, but I want people to understand something, that Umar didn't get that bumpity bump in and around 2011 when he did Hidden Colors. He would have been, 37 at that time? No. See, I've researched this guy. And if people look deeper into this, you'll realize, you know, we have to have some level of compassion for him. Okay, it doesn't justify or excuse what he's doing and what he has done and what he continues to do. But based on what I know about Umar, a lot more than he probably realizes, a lot more than I've actually spoken to you guys about, I have to have a level of compassion. my best hope is that at some point, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. I used to think that it was going to happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. But my best hope is that Umar just ultimately, one day he wakes up and he realizes that his life is in utter ruin, and that he still has some time to right things, to get the ship back on course. Sadly, I don't think it's going to happen. The narcissism is too great. He's been enabled by his donors. They don't realize it, but they've enabled him to self-destruct. You know, the way I look at it is that I can't say that his supporters really care about him, because they don't hold him accountable enough to wherein he would ultimately have to at least think about making changes in his life. What they do is they enable him to continue to self-destruct. See, if you have compassion for someone, you say to yourself, okay, what is it that they can change, and how can I help them to see the importance of change? And I've done that two ways with Umar. At least I've tried to. He's just so damn hard-headed. It's ridiculous. He's so stubborn. I've done it in two ways. The first way is that I hold him to task, and I offer my criticism, but not in a way to where I'm seeking to cause harm, but in a way to where Umar, he can see what he's unwilling to see, that his life is in utter chaos. That's one of the ways. And I give him advice. He just don't listen. Give him all type of things. You know, he could, real quick, what he could do tomorrow, he just come out and say, listen, this school thing ain't happening. You know, I've been using this money for my lifestyle. I want to apologize to the people. There'll be some black people that's going to be like, okay, I'm done with you. But then there's going to be far more of the people. They're going to be like, they're going to be understanding, because we're very forgiving people. Black people, that's how we are, very forgiving people. And there'll be people that are going to ride with him even harder, and they're going to encourage him to do better. And if he says, listen, I'm coming out, I just want people to know I have to get help, and it's not financial. I got to get my life in order. I need mental health. I got to get substance abuse issue help. And I'm going to go through this process. And I just want you guys to keep me in your prayers. And I don't want you sending me any money, because that's not what I need right now. I need compassion, and I need people to see that I'm committed to making these changes, and then go through that process as a man. Okay, that's what I would like to see with Umar. So that's why I do these videos, because ultimately I'm exposing the quality of his character, and I'm also exposing the depths to which he has fallen at this point in his life at the age of 50. Okay, but there's another way that I've been trying to get Umar on track, and that is by getting my life turned around. You guys ever wonder why, like, I've been so adamant about that? Like, what do I need to do to make changes? I would try to update people, and over the years, and trying to get things on track and do better. See, I want Umar to see that and say, hey, listen, if he can do it with 5 kids and a wife, I should be able to do it while people are sending me millions of fucking dollars. And I ain't doing shit. I'm not working a job. I'm living in my mama's closet. He has no fucking excuse. Let's just be real about it. See what I'm saying here? When I talk like that, this is how Umar needs to be spoken to, because he don't listen. See? And if I can do it, Umar, and I'm not even trying to compare myself to where you're at the age of 50. That's not what I'm doing, because it's apples to oranges. But I'm saying that within every black man, any man, you have the ability to get things on track, but you got to deal with the reality of your situation. You got to humble yourself too, and realize just how far you've fallen. And I remember the day when I realized that, just how far I had fallen. And since that time, it's been about getting things back on track, getting things set up so I can be a better husband, a better father, a better provider for my family, be a better person. See? And if I'm able to do that with everything that I got going on in my life, Umar has no fucking excuse. So those are the 2 ways that I've been trying to get this clown on track, but he's hard-headed. See? So it's not out of animosity. It's not out of hatred. It's not about being a hater. It's not any of that stuff. It's about having a level of compassion. You guys have to, some of you guys at least, you have to understand that if you see a man who's hard-headed like Umar, you can't talk to him and talk about him in soft tones. It just don't work that way. It's something I've learned as a man, even as a father. You got to come with it, and you got to say it like it is. And that's the only way that the message is going to at least begin to penetrate that ego. But unfortunately, obviously, Umar's ego is so great that he will not accept criticism, and he won't accept proper help and proper guidance from a man who accepted criticism and got shit turned around. And that would be me. See, ain't nothing wrong with criticism. As men, we need that. What they say, sword sharpen sword or something, blade sharpen blade, something to that effect. It has to be constructive criticism. There's a difference between lying on someone and offering criticism. There's a difference between offering criticism, unabashed criticism, out of anger and spite to spite someone, and constructive criticism. And what I've offered Umar consistently is constructive criticism, but his ego is so large and he thinks he's God's gifts. He calls himself the Black Messiah. Umar, you need to sit your ass down because you're just a bum from Philly. Get it together. Okay. All right. Thanks for the super chat. Let's finish this up, everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. I appreciate it. Good Quartet's undefeated. Okay, we got about 2 minutes to this video, and we'll end it there. Oh yeah, I showed this earlier. Okay, let's get back to it. Here we go.
Come up with a beta male solution. We need some kind of beta male cure. We need a beta male tablet, a beta male drink. We got to do this. It's too much estrogen.
Man, it's incredible. This guy's 50 talking like this.
In the black male is too much estrogen in the black male population. This your big brother King Kong. Cincinnati is going down tonight. Cincinnati is going down tonight. Frederick Douglass 130th memorial of my cousin, the greatest black leader in American history. My cousin, the greatest black leader in American history. I said,
he's still lying. He's still lying about being related to Frederick Douglass. But by the way, here's some of his tax liens right here. This is from 2016. $41,641. Okay, remember, he started collecting money for the St. Paul school scam in 2014. But he's raking up of $41,641 in a federal tax lien. Okay, and part of the reason why is because at a certain point, I gotta figure out the timeline. Even though this is filed in 2016, this probably is from the 2015 tax season, and it's probable that he didn't have a tax exempt status at that time, because in 2014, in April of 2014, he didn't have any paperwork for tax exempt status. So it's possible that the reason why this figure is so high, the amount is $41,641. Again, Umar's not working a job at this time. It's possible that all that money is not. It's considered to be personal income for tax purposes. It's not it's not a nonprofit because he didn't have nonprofit status. See, so that's why we got $41,641. That's donation money, at least a portion of it that's taxable, which is also wasted money, because if he had his paperwork in order, then that money, that $41,641 would have been money that would have been in the coffers for this FDMG project. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Umar just getting, in tune with the reality of his situation. Like I said yesterday or last week, he gave up a long time ago. His student loan debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, easily. He was in school for 20 years. Over the course of 20 years, he's in school. Yeah, I mean, again, Umar, you got to deal with the reality of your situation. And this whole school thing, it's like a diversion. It's a way for you to escape from the reality, and crushing cookies is a way for you to escape from reality. You got to deal with what you're dealing with. It's same thing. The mental health issues, okay? You got to get the help that you need for that too. I know sometimes you get in that depressed state, okay, and you think it's because it's the school ain't happening and this and blah. No, this is much deeper than that. Okay, when you go into that depression, then sometimes you're manic. I get it. Okay, I've studied you, I've followed you long enough, and not in the sense of following you as some sort of leader, but I know what's going on. I've done enough research into this. You got a lot of issues, and it's not just the financial situation, it's the mental health issues. It's also just being a deadbeat daddy who don't take care of his kids, the child support, all this other shit, and you still out here trying to run through these women. You got some problems, bro. And it needs to be said like it needs to be said, because you hard-headed. Okay, and it's only going to get worse, and you know that it's gotten worse. That's why you're sitting up here inside a hotel room, looking like a Pookie with your hairline up on sideways. One of your hairlines on Wednesday, the other side of your hairline is on Friday. Oh, okay. Right on. Talk about estrogen when he built like okay. Let's keep going. Okay, let's finish this up. Here we go. This is it right here, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning on. Here we go.
Cousin, the
Thanks for
greatest
super chats,
black
everybody.
leader in American history, the
Oh,
Honorable
wow.
Frederick Douglass. He joined the ancestors today, 130 years ago. It's going down. Where we going to be at tonight? It's sold out, though. Woodlawn Recreation Center here in Cincinnati. Woodlawn Recreation Center here in Cincinnati. 7 o'clock tonight. Woodlawn Rec 100, or let me say 10,050 Woodlawn Boulevard. Woodlawn Recreation Center, 10,050 Woodlawn Boulevard. It's sold out.
Okay, I found the receipts here. Let me just pull this up because I just want to be accurate, because I think I misstated earlier. This is in 2010. Umar Abdullah Johnson, January 6, 2010. This is when he makes the announcement that he's beginning laying the groundwork for the Freddie Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. The grand opening was September 11, 2013. Okay. Now, this is from 2014. So I was incorrect. I thought I said 2010. It's 2014. Umar's pretending as if he's a principal in 2014. Okay. Again, the last time Umar worked professionally was in 2010, 2011. So even here, he's lying. What he's saying here, no, FDMG is not yet open. We need to raise $2 million ASAP. He actually he changed that figure to $4 million. He's such a scammer. He has his PayPal there. And he says, I'm currently principal of a public school. Okay. So what he's saying is that at the time of this post, he's saying that this is 2014. Umar he's claiming to be a principal. Okay, we don't have to say public school principal. Okay, and I haven't been able to find any online record of this. And again, if anyone has it, please email it to me, LenonHonor@yahoo.com, so I can add to the documentary. Like I said, he could have been a principal. But the last time I have him on record actually worked in 2010, 2011. Okay, it is possible. Okay, and if there's that receipts out there, I will stand corrected and I'll make the correction and I'll issue a retraction, and I'll also include that information inside the documentary. Okay, but based on my research, Umar was not working as a principal at a public school in 2014. Again, he's traveling all over the world. He's been traveling all over the world since he started in 2010. By the time we get to 2011, Hidden Colors picks up. He starts picking up steam. When by the time Hidden Colors 2 comes out, that's when things really start picking up. So now we're getting in around 2014. Umar's not working anywhere. Okay. So let me just put this in here. What Umar is saying is that in 2014, he's a principal, right? In August, more specifically, August 27th of 2014. Okay. Remember, he's traveling all over the world. How are you going to be traveling all over the world while you're a principal of a school? That's crazy. Now, let's go to the next one. This is from 2014 September. A couple of months later, he says, due to my obligations as principal, I will be unable to attend the November Haiti trip scheduled for 11/20 to 23. Well, why are you scheduling a Haiti trip if you're a principal? Okay, he's not a principal. You see? All right, so this is in 2014. He's still claiming to be a principal, but now watch this. This is in 2018, 4 years after he's claiming to be a principal. Umar is saying, I resigned this morning from the school at which I've served as a certified school psychologist for nearly 10 years. If he served as a school psychologist at the school for nearly 10 years, and this is in 2018, then this would mean that Umar started as a certified school psychologist in 2008. But if he started in and around 2008, but how is it possible for him to be a school psychologist in and around 2008 when in 2014, he was a school principal, and he's saying here in 2018 that he was functioning as a school psychologist for 10 years. So from 2008 to 2018, he's a school psychologist. How can you be a school psychologist from 2008 to 2018, but in 2014, you're also a principal? Hit the one. If you understand what's being outlined here, it's just critical thinking and looking at the receipts. What Umar is saying is that he's operating as a principal and as a school psychologist for some years simultaneously. And there it is. He lies so much. It's incredible. I'm going to say something that if Umar ever worked as a school principal, I think it was for a very short period of time. vice principal, very short period of time. And that's why he doesn't give you the school. He doesn't give you the dates. There's no public record of it. It's possible that he never worked as a school psychologist, school principal. And that's possible that he did too, but I haven't seen any receipts. Like I said, if any of you all have the receipt, if anyone who sees this in the near future have the receipt on Umar, where he worked as a school principal, vice principal, it should be a school district. It should be a specific school and for how long, when he started, when he stopped, etc. If you have that, email it to me, LenonHonor@yahoo.com. Okay, but I can't take his word for it because these two posts show that he's a liar, because you can't work simultaneously as a certified school psychologist and at the same time you're working as a principal. See, this guy lies so much it's incredible. You're sitting this when he flipped that phone video. All right, this is it right here. I've been looking for that receipt and I just finally found it just now. But I've been wanting to show you guys that for this whole live stream. Okay, this is it. We got about 2 more minutes. Here we go.
My last 4 events have been sold out. But if you want to contact anyway, 513-402-2284. 513-402-2284. I said 513-402-2284. This your big brother King Kong, Cincinnati. I'm in the building. Black Queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
We need that money.
Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. We're going to lay these floors down and do the grand opening. Oh, yes. Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan Africanism Parkway, Ride or Die. We in the building. Garveyism a get back. Pan Africanism a perish.
He's so goofy. It's just a stage show. And he's so awkward. He's really turned into a minstrel show at this point. Him doing all this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to lay the floors, and blah, blah, blah. You said renovations were complete in 2023, Umar. You lie all the time. I mean, these last 2 live streams, it's just, Umar, you're a habitual liar. That's like I've been telling people, and you prove it. Time always tells the truth. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to get going on this document. I have to get on his Facebook page, the old Facebook page, and make sure I've downloaded all of those older videos, the live ones, because I got an email from Facebook and they said that this new policy, they're only going to be holding live streams for 28 days or a month or whatever it was, and that we have a month to download, so it's still going to be on there for a month. And if that's the case, and if it applies to Umar, then all of those live streams of Umar lying and shit, that's not going to be accessible at a certain point. It's going to be deleted off their servers. And I think I have all of them, but I want to go back, and that's what I'm going to focus on tomorrow. I'll go back and make sure I have all that downloaded, and I'll work on the next segment for the documentary. Thank you all for tuning on in. I want to thank the mods for handling business. I never really see any of the trolls that come through because y'all get to them real quick. So just for you trolls, that y'all guys understand, it ain't impacted me none. These are our numbers. It's gone crazy. The last time we did numbers like this was back in COVID. Okay, so I just want to give a shout out to the Cookie Crush chat. I mean, I really do appreciate you guys. Last week, after we finished our last live stream last week, I was waiting to the next one, and I was missing y'all. Okay, y'all bring a lot of joy to my life, and I really appreciate. Also appreciate the support. Everyone who sent in super chats today, if it was super stickers, thank you guys so much. If you're sending cash apps or PayPal, there's a couple people sending cash apps, PayPal over the last couple of days. I want to thank you guys too. I really appreciate it. Thanks to the mods for handling business. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Let me go ahead and close out this poll. The poll question is, does Umar Johnson have an office? I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If you want to get your final vote in, go ahead and do it now. 91% say no, and 9% say yes. I'm going to assume that 9% is Umar because he always lying. Okay. Again, if there's anyone out there, if you have a receipt that shows Umar as a school principal, as a school vice principal, or if you have a receipt of Umar having an office, please email it to me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com. Okay. And then let me just look and see what our final tally is for our likes for this live stream. If you enjoyed the show, go on and hit the like button. And if you didn't, you can hit the like button anyway. You know, it ain't gonna hurt nobody. Okay. Just to say, I'm just saying. Thanks everyone inside the Cook Crush chat for tuning on in. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the live stream and all the live streams for this month. This is the last live stream for this month. See, yesterday's live stream is already at 15,000. The live stream that we did last week, it's at 23,000 already. So the numbers have been fantastic, and that's a testament to the Cookie Crush chat. Real quick, let me give you the numbers on. Let's see. Okay, so we have 534 likes. So we hit our goal for 500 for this live stream. We have 1,324 votes. Again, and it looks like there's a little bit of slight change here. Does Umar Johnson have an office? 89% say no, 11% say yes, and I would say no, he doesn't have an office. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close that poll out now. And thanks everyone for who voted on that, and also thanks everyone who hit that like button during this live stream. I appreciate it. And as we always do.
Oh my gosh, so you're fancy, huh?
Yeah, black community activist. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Cookie Crush, that's undefeated. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. You're so welcome. Thank you, Sarah Child Club, for tuning on in. Respect. Black old. Good for you. You're very welcome, Anthony. Thanks for tuning on. Thanks, y'all, little friends. Appreciate you. Peace. I need to see some buddies. It's kind of picture. Crazy. Thank you. What's up, that nice. What's up, Jesus Christ? Thanks for tuning on in, y'all. Appreciate it. My nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control. It's me and you tonight. Snow bunny. Everything's so right. Got that smooth soul feel. No, that's you welcome, Gavin. See your eyes shine. She's my snow bunny piece. In the winter light, she's my sweet love. My nose, this love was got is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control. It's me and you tonight. Snow bunny. Shout out to information, man. What's up, man? Salute. See your eyes shine. She's my snow bunny piece. In the winter light, so she's my sweet love. My nose, this lover's got is so raw. Make you lose, stepping out of control. It's me and you tonight. Snow bunny. Everything's so right. Got that smooth soul feel. No, that's all right. Wow, that went by quick. All right, thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back sometime next week, probably early next week, Monday or Tuesday. And until then, please have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the evening and the rest of your week and weekend. Okay, we'll be back very, very soon. Love you all. And the Cookie Crush Chat's undefeated. All right, y'all take care. Peace.